For that, hey guys, if you've been enjoying this content, hit that follow button if you're new. Hit that follow button and sorry, let's try it again. I've been on YouTube for 2 days. Hit that follow button. Make sure notifications are on so you know I'm going live. We do this 6 nights a week. Stream here either on Twitch or on YouTube 6 nights a week. Help us out. Be a part of this community. Exclamation for social and chat. For all our social media, we got your Twitters where we tweet, Discord, the heart and soul of the community. Be a part of the Discord. Jump into Discord. We'd love to have you there. Be a part of the conversations. And YouTube, like, comment, subscribe if you've missed any of this, right? Want to catch up, then hit up our YouTube. That's where the VODs will be posted. And also, that's where we're doing some streaming. We're doing some game streaming. We're having a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. At least I'm having a lot of fun. Fuck that shit. We're doing Elden Ring tomorrow. I'm planning on doing Cuphead with the one of our viewers, one of our kind viewers, and we'll be doing that for people who are members, YouTube members. We want to open that up. We can just hang out, have a good time, and we could still talk politics at the same time, right? Please come check us out on YouTube and join in the fun. All right. We will continue on. The next topic. Kanye West was suspended on Instagram for posting racial slurs directed at Trevor Noah, the host of The Daily Show on Comedy Central. This was prompted by Noah discussing ongoing divorce proceedings from Kim Kardashian between her and Kanye. Kanye was suspended for 24 hours, but was this deserved? Should black people be able to call other black people slurs? We use the N-word all the time on social media, including on Twitch. Should it be any business on social media to manage how people of the same race refer to each other? Okay, yeah, really interested what you have to say. It's pretty simple. Like Kanye did a thing. He said a slur that I know already Twitch doesn't like, right? So you guys don't say it, all right?
Wait, which one?
Oh my god, the one that Kanye said. Don't like the N-word is fine because the Twitch doesn't even care about that one. But the one that Kanye said is fine. Don't say the one that Kanye said.
Yeah.
But even we can avoid the N-word, then I could actually maybe monetize this on fucking. Maybe I can monetize this on YouTube. So that'd be nice. So
no,
maybe not even the N-word. Okay.
Just for you, Twitch, Brown.
Okay. All right. So.
We'll start No N-word Thursday.
No N-word Thursday. Okay. So we'll go through with opening statements. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I actually think that I think people who have the audacity to tell black people, and I can't speak for PLC, I'm just speaking for black people, how we can and can't address each other. Like for someone else to say, like, hey, you shouldn't say that. That's offensive. Like, who gets to make? I get to make that call. So yeah, I think that I don't know. I believe that black people should mind their business in that regard. And even though I think Kanye's a little bit off the deep end. I don't think it was okay what he said. I don't think he's okay. But I can say it because he's black. I'm black, and I feel like, yeah, I don't think there's anyone should be able to critique that. Not that type of language.
Jamala?
So I agree with mostly everything you just said, Bam. I think that for me personally, I think that on social media, like obviously in like certain situations, like yeah, you don't really have any place to say what other black people call other black people or whatever, if you're not black. But like on social media, yeah, that shit needs to be managed because there's nothing stopping someone from making a false account and then pretending to be black and harassing someone who is black. And that would be my main concern as to why that should be the case of like just a wide, like just don't use these terms against people. Just don't say these things at all on our platform, yada, 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 only because it has a chance of being abused by people who are not of color, who are also still pretending and then harassing people who are. You could argue that whether or not, like, if you don't know the person isn't black or whatever, like, and you think they're black, like, it wouldn't matter at that point because you don't mentally know that they're not a black person. But I still feel like that sort of harassment shouldn't be allowed on social media. And I don't think that a lot of the harassment that does come from social media comes from people who don't have an anonymous account. And that is usually how that works. So,
Okay. Let's go to Jay Cook.
Man, Kanye has been doing a lot of questionable things of late, like his buddy, Mr. Trump. I think that, unfortunately, based on Instagram's, like, they want to be the big bad guy. They want to look like the good guy. That's why they suspended his account. I don't know. I think there are other things that have happened or that have transpired, such as people getting shadow banned for things way less than this, that have been questionable by Instagram. So I feel like this is kind of like a publicity stunt by them, if anything else. I do think that you shouldn't police language, especially like if you're allowing Black people to color other Black people's slurs. Like, I think that's between Trevor Noah and Kanye. But I agree with Jamali. Like, on social, you never know. Like, even in my chat, I never know who's who, so I don't usually allow words. So,
Okay, Joe.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just gonna say what you're all not gonna say. That shit was funny. Got him. Like, listen. I'm just gonna say, when it comes to the usage of the word in context of the individual, I think that was an appropriate use. Now, the reason why I say that is because Trevor Noah sucks, and Trevor Noah has always sucked. Like, I can't think of a time. I understand Kanye's frustration. I understand where that frustration comes from. When you have individuals who are also famous, but don't give a shit about Black people, and they use a situation that clearly is none of your business, and then commenting on it because now it's something that you feel like you should. Like, Trevor was out of line and he got clipped. I get it. I understand that. But I think 24 hours is fine. Like, it's just kind of like, hey, he stopped that. And he's chilling. Like, he could give a fuck if he gets banned off of Instagram. Because either way, he's still making money and he is still chilling. So it's kind of like just rich people problems for me. Like, I understand like how it affects us at like our level of like what's the word? Our level of navigation in society. These are two rich fucks beefing on the internet. And to be honest, like, if you're gonna use a racial slur that's degraded on the idea that it is a Black American or Black person in the United States that is appealing to a white audience and trying to satisfy a white audience, he used the word correctly. And Kanye and like Trevor's just in his feelings like, I can't believe he said that. It's like, where were you defending Kyrie Irving on vaccines? Like, oh, right when it's convenient when it got lifted in New York. Now it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just shit like that, you know. So I mean, like, the use is fine. The use for me in this context hit. It was funny. It was a funny little play on words, and Trevor's gonna hold that. But you can't say slurs on the internet. So, like, obviously he's gonna see some flack for that.
GSU, first of all, thank you so much for being here. Happy to have you as always, buddy. So I'll let you introduce yourself as well, and then the topic. And the case, I'm not sure if you heard it previously, but like we're gonna be trying to avoid.
Prime only going out for me?
no, he was going out for me too. I thought.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
am I going out?
just
Hold on.
just a little bit.
Can you hear me better now? You hear me better now?
Yeah, you sound way better.
Okay.
You sound good the whole time. It was just like little pack.
Yeah, it's doing that on Discord for some reason. I don't know why. It's really fucking annoying me. But okay. Yeah, I'll give you space to introduce yourself, talk about your opinion and everything. Yeah, but I'm not sure if you heard previously, but we're trying not to say any slurs in here. So if I could
I
have a
heard
chance
that
to
part.
monetize,
I was
okay.
about to address that immediately.
Oh, all right, my man, go ahead.
Let's address that immediately.
Yeah. So for everybody that doesn't know me, I'm GSU Gambit. You can follow me on Twitch. It's probably easier to follow me on Twitter these days because I haven't had as much time to stream, but I'm still going to be streaming. So if you follow me, keep following me. If you want to follow me, definitely do. I'm probably going to be streaming. I don't know, man. Probably a couple of times a month. So it's not going to be as much as it was last year for sure. But first off, to address one thing first. The idea that YouTube won't monetize Black people using the N word is racism, period. And all of the people on the left should be fighting that. That's pure racism. But anyway, back to the topic. I want to be when I talk about topics that I'm somewhat invested in, I try to be as clear as I can up front. I am a really big Kanye West stan, like a really, really big Kanye West stan. So it's synonymous if I'm talking about Jordan Peterson and blah blah blah. But I've never heard me and Bam agree so clearly. Everything that Bam said is exactly how I feel. I don't care how white people feel about speech that black people are using against each other at all. I don't care in any way. When it comes to the N word, when it comes to this slur here, which we can't say, I don't care at all. There's not a bone in my body that can even attempt to care. But I do understand that these companies are in the business to make money, and if advertisers have these ideas, sometimes they have to force these things, these racist things on us, even just to make more money. And I understand that they're always going to prioritize money over like any kind of cause related to black people for sure. So it's complicated. So there's a side of me that is all about, free enterprise, freedom of association, but there's a side of me that sees that this structure can't be good for black people because it's always going to be a room of white people that say this makes me feel uncomfortable that black people do this. So it's complicated. But to make a hard decision on it, I'm not for it in any way. But I understand in America that those things are going to exist because advertisers run the world. So yeah, I don't know if he correctly used that. I don't know if I want to go as far as Joe did, but I have mixed feelings about Trevor Noah, but I still like Trevor Noah a lot. I listen to his show often, so yeah.
And to be clear, everyone, to my audience, the slur that Kanye used rhymes with spoon. Okay, all right. Called him. We can say here he called him spoon. Let's do that. All right. If you need to say
Call
something,
him
a spoon.
But
okay.
spoons is based sometime though. We got
spoons are big. We're gonna eat ice cream with a fork.
We're open now, right?
Yeah.
Open now. Okay. I just want to say that for Trevor Noah puts it very, very. I think he had a very good response to this in terms of saying like the biggest trick that racists ever played on black people was teaching us to strip each other of our blackness whenever we disagree. And that is very true. This is a case of that happening in a sense because there's no other reason why Kanye would be why Ye would be calling this person a coon. Cartoon because he doesn't want him to. He's talking things about his wife, but about their relationship, right? So like just because Trevor Noah is saying some things in regards to the failing marriage or the failed marriage of another individual, all of a sudden he wants to call him out for this sort of thing by using a racial slur. This is something that happens a lot.
Not even 2 minutes. No, not even 2 minutes. Right.
I just thought as a comedian you would have more thick skin than that.
No.
Oh, you said not even 2 minutes. So I thought one of us did it.
No,
it's such a big part of my vernacular that I could make a mistake and do it. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Go ahead, Jay. Yeah. What?
But
hold on, wait.
Not in your vocabulary?
The word that we're discussing today.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The other word that will block us from being monetized.
Okay. Thank you for the clarity.
The other words out of your vocabulary.
I was like,
y'all don't use that word? That's not in your vocabulary?
And I rarely use that.
It's rare, but it's not like a.
I never use.
We're talking
about I cut people much deeper by explaining why they are rather than using that slur.
Sure.
I don't know. I think that I may be circling here, but like I legitimately feel like who who has the audacity? Like what GSU just said? Who has the audacity to like behind the screen to get in black people business? Like, oh, you can't use that word. No, like, especially if it's Kanye. Like, I could kind of lean into Jay's argument of like, I don't know who's in my, in your audience, blah blah blah. Like, you can't tell. But this man is verified. This is Kanye. You know this is Kanye. Kanye says stuff sometimes, and Kanye felt like saying something to Trevor Noah. Like, whether it's right or wrong, I feel like and this wasn't your call to make.
I feel like it's kind of silly. It's useless to be using these slurs against each other when there's not really any real reason to.
So I wanted to attack what you said, Jamali, a little bit, because I don't know how much you consume Trevor Noah, or I don't know how much you consume people who
but
don't
I know
like
pretty
Trevor
much
Noah.
his target is probably white liberals.
No, yeah. So I don't. I'm not calling you uninformed, but I think your statement was a bit. There's a lot of people in the black community who don't like Trevor Noah, and they feel like he is just there to entertain white liberals, regardless of what the topic is. So when you say Kanye only said this because he was talking about his wife, I feel like that's partially true. So why was Kanye talking about Trevor Noah? Yes, absolutely, because all of the stuff that's going on, and Trevor Noah talked about it on his show, and they have a difference of opinion on that. But what he actually said, I don't think it was colored by that interaction about Trevor talking about his wife. It's this broad thing that a lot of people in black culture say. So the reason he was talking about Trevor Noah absolutely was because Trevor was talking about the situation with him and Kim. But the actual contents of what he said, I think that's based off ideas that somebody like Kanye would have had even before that interaction.
Wait, but how can Kanye even go around calling people this when he's
talk about his wife,
a Trump voter, right?
Okay, and don't talk about his wife. Like,
wait, how can you call someone for aligning yourself or for targeting a certain demographic that you yourself tried to tap into?
Why can't we talk about Kim? Well, why can't we talk about Kim? Well, what's
you don't talk about a man's wife like that.
Well, first of all,
how do you think?
I mean, you can, but
at least
you can't be surprised if somebody claps at you.
The article that I read, it was pretty tame in terms of what Noah said about Kim. If you have something different?
I think what Joe is saying isn't, hey, don't talk about his wife. He's saying, if you talk about somebody's wife or a situation they're dealing with, they might come for you. I think that's more of what he's saying.
Yeah, and it doesn't even matter the severity.
Discourse.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter the severity of the statement. It's like you're dealing with how do I say this in a way that makes sense? There are people who believe that Kanye West is not well and hasn't been well for a long time, and now he is in a public beefing and quandering with not only his wife but a bunch of other individuals. And so why would you even put yourself in a situation where you would have to potentially deal with him talking about you, and then you make a platitude statement of and this is why. It's dude, you knew what would happen. You knew what you were doing. It's you knew exactly what you were doing.
Don't play dumb.
It's no different than Vosh and J.K. Rowling. You knew goddamn well you were going to do it for engagement. You knew goddamn well Kanye West was going to respond. And to act like you didn't think for Trevor to even think that he wasn't going to respond is foolish.
What? Why? Hon? Why? Everyone talks about fucking Kim Kardashian. Why would you assume that he would necessarily respond to you? Right. So the comment that I saw was that it was Kim may not necessarily be a gold digger, but she or something like that. And she also may be harassed by her husband. Both of these things can be true, or something along those lines, right? Something pretty innocuous that
No, hold on, wait. I want to ask for clarification because there's other statements that have been made, and I need to know if they were before Kanye responded or after.
I can.
Noah had a 9-minute segment where he talked about Kim and Ye, and he was talking about how this is a situation that could lead to violence and people dying. And he would say, "Oh, I don't think Kanye would do that, but this type of situation is where those type of things can happen."
Yeah,
was that conversation before or after Kanye responded? Does anybody know? Because I thought it was before, but I could be wrong. But that is, I think, what prompted this response. I could be wrong in that because it could have happened after. I think it was before. Yeah, I think that's why he responded. I don't know what conversation you were referring to, Prime, but there was like a 9-minute segment where he talked about our culture ignoring signs of potential situations that could become malice and murder driven and blah blah blah. That's the conversation that Kanye was responding to.
And even if that was like the statement that he said, that is so like, oh god, that like, again, I'm not gonna like, I'm arguing in what you said, Gambit. I'm not saying that's what that's what Trevor said, but if that is what he said, that is such a stupid perspective. Where it's like, not stupid, it's just rich people shit. So it's like to act like people aren't sensitive about situations with individuals and how it could lead to violence, especially among Black people. It's like it's such a weird thing to.
But people aren't. This is the community, Black community we're talking about specifically. This is a community that has been defending endlessly. What's his face? The dancer who hit up Rihanna.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown, right? Endlessly defending him. Yeah, he likes
Chris Brown just got accused of false rape allegations, so a lot of people are defending Chris Brown right now. Are you talking about then or now?
I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I don't know what Chris Brown did. No, now. But I know he's up to some shit. But like he beat up Rihanna, right? We're talking about violence. The point of Trevor Noah's conversation was about violence. Yeah, we actually do ignore these things. We do tamp down. We do tell women not to report it, right? That you are a liar, right? To say that, oh yeah, the community understands. No, I don't think it does. I don't think many communities understand violence against women. I don't think many communities take it seriously.
That's horseshit. Men don't understand the violence against women. Don't throw Black women under the bus like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean
don't
to
have these nuanced conversations about.
Sure.
People just don't listen to Black women on.
Okay, I'll give you that much. But I don't think that decision makers do. I don't think our society as a whole does, and I don't think men oftentimes do. But even then, right? There are Black women who do that kind of defending, right? Who are there saying that Rihanna should shut her fucking mouth, that she was. I mean, the
fake Mishas are cringe.
So I think having a conversation about that from Trevor's perspective, right, this is a good opportunity to point it out, to say hey, I'm not saying that Kanye did it, right? That Kanye has hurt her or anything like that, but these are the type of decisions. Look at this, right? This very public spectacle that you're all keeping track of, apparently, because people don't have lives. That you're all keeping track of, right? This type of thing can lead to something dangerous, right? Let's as a community look at this as a lesson. That's completely fair.
But I don't think so. I don't think it is, because I've been listening to all of this drama as it's been unfolding, and the message that Kanye has been putting out there is not necessarily that he wants Kim back. Kim is just an avenue for getting his family back and being able to impact the lives of his kids. And as a person with kids, I can understand that. So I'm not the spectacle that's happening with him and Skeet is wild, but
His name is Pete.
I'm talking about Skeet, but
to be clear too, in context, Pete Davidson's a fucking piece of shit. This is a motherfucker who had a lot of shit to say before he was navigating with Kim, had a lot of shit to say after the fact he was navigating with Kim. So it's crazy how to me, how many people overtly defended Pete Davidson's racism just because he's the funny tattooed motherfucker on SNL, and then, he's from Staten Island, so we like him. Bitch, this the motherfucker was overtly racist to Kanye, and then you just laughed at it because you think Kanye's mentally ill. So it was kind of fucked up.
Hold on, what did you say racist to Kanye? I'm just asking because this is new information. I hate Skeet, so I want more reasons to hate him.
I'll send you some stuff. He's had shit takes on Kanye for quite a while.
I missed a little bit. I was yelling at someone in my chat, but we are acknowledging that the actions from Ye are a little, they're overboard, right? They're crossing a line, right? We acknowledge.
And what responsibility do these people who are covering it say that, hey, we gotta stop for the sake of not he, not Kim, but for these children.
Right.
Like,
Mhm,
like that's the
mhm,
people who are
mhm.
actually getting hurt here. So like I own it to the corporate. It sounds so, because anarchism, the corporation of just like perpetuating like this drama where it's like, no, these are people's fucking families. Sure, these are two individuals of incredibly high influence, but that doesn't fucking matter. Like, you wouldn't want this to happen to you and your relationship with your kids. So why are you like trying to act like this is different just because they're rich? I understand this is like, again, rich people problems, but at the same time, like, we can acknowledge that, like, there are people who get hurt.
Like,
But
I'm a
is
huge
it-
Kanye fan. I'm not even going front. I'm a straight up, I'm a Ye fan for life. Okay, I love it. He makes amazing music. And I love it. I love the artistic expression that he has. I love his artistic genius.
Let's say he's top 3. That's the easy way to say it.
Easy, literally. But like, he can't be
This-
doing what he's doing right now.
Yeah,
It's
this is
really-
like manipulative
yeah.
behavior, like
Mm,
textbook. No?
What elements of this do y'all feel are the most clear-cut and extreme versions of what you would say shouldn't be happening? Because I
I
want
don't-
to understand y'all's perspective.
I don't think you should, under any circumstance, leak text messages from other private individuals, no matter how famous they are. Like, I'm kind of hard on that stance because, like, it's very clear that information is used as a means of like trying to paint people in whatever light you choose to. I understand why someone might feel the need to do that, because like if you feel like no one's gonna say anything and you want to reveal that this person is like a vile human being or whatever you say, then sure, you can do that. But I'm just like firmly against that. I'm also against, again, like tying into, I'm against like tabloid, like the sort of like the tabloid news syndicate going like, oh, whoa, let's like share this. Like, no, like, you can understand that like you don't have to share every single like feud with an individual, but that's how they make money.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of I don't release DMs. So
Yeah.
even in situations where I could have to make people look foolish, I don't. So yeah, stuff like that. I agree with you. I
To
agree.
answer your question, Gambit, I would say just the harassment of their current relationship now. And while many people do this, obviously this happens to everyday people who aren't millionaires, billionaires. And you know, they talk shit about their exes or talk shit about their exes' new relationship, their baby mamas, all that shit. But you don't really need to do this in a way. And first of all, no one should be doing it because it's childish. It's high school. It's high school, but
Hold on, wait.
as adults.
You
And then
jumped
you're
to-
doing it with a major platform as well, which leads other people to also follow through with harassing someone. That's
None of that matters. So you keep using this word harass, which like has certain meanings, I would say. What about this is harassment to you? Because that's wild to me to call this harassment.
keeping the attention and pointing out certain things about Pete Davidson, or saying that he's someone that is unfit to be around his kids or something, or to be with his wife and shit like that. And not only that, but displaying a level of misogynistic ownership of his ex-wife that is also really harmful as well.
And I
Okay,
just want to add
you-
to that before you go,
okay.
Gambit.
Okay, cool. I just need to write this down because there's so much being said. Okay.
Okay. I think that video was kind of like it's a little weird. Not gonna lie. The claymation video, and then also this is not something that he directed at Kim, but didn't he
Could
like?
you explain that to our audience?
give
They
a
might know what you're
threat?
talking about, the claymation video. Could you explain that?
Oh, his music video, Easy, I think it was.
It was.
It was in the video. There's like essentially what you could pretty much interpret as Pete or Skeet, however, whichever side you lie
Yeah.
on. His head being cut off and then buried in the ground, and then something else happened. Oh, I think he like pissed on her or something, or like something else. I can't remember. The piss thing could be like over exaggerating, but he did something else, which was like, damn, all right. And I think one of his lyrics were like, "God saved me just so I can beat up Pete." Like it's a rap song, but like that's something we've never heard from Kanye ever. So, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Gambit. Kanye
Him and
expert.
Drake have had some spats for sure.
But has he
Um,
ever directly threatened Drake in that manner? Like with physical violence?
Up at his house one time, which was kind of weird. like
They've
America.
I can't remember every line, but I think they've both threatened each other. And then he was like, "Yo, Drake's threatening me," so it got weird. I can't remember every line in their beef though, but
I
yeah.
don't think so. I don't think so. But my other point was that he also not to say that he's a violent person because like he hasn't acted, even though he hasn't acted on anything, it's just like, dude, like you gotta really pump the brakes. Like someone needs to help you. He did give a direct threat to DL Hughley after DL Hughley did his interview, like him and his family, which was kind of like fucked up. Like if you have people who you perceive as attacking you, like Trevor Noah, then why would you do that to someone else?
I think he said, "I can afford to hurt you." I don't think he said anything about his family, right? He told DL
Let me look
Hughley,
that
"Hey,
up.
I can afford to hurt you." I think he tweeted. Unless that could have been other stuff. That's the only reason I'm asking. But I want to address some of what y'all said.
Yeah.
So the thing what he did with Skeet with the like the roses in his head, I think that's way too far. I think any illustration of death is far too far. Even when Snoop Dogg did the thing with Donald Trump, right, with the Bang video, I was the guy that was telling people like I hate Donald Trump just as much as the next guy. But it's wild to me to have a video where you're shooting a mock version of Donald Trump. When people did it to Obama, I felt the same way. So I think yes, absolutely, that's going too far and that's wild and crazy. With the direct threat to DL Hughley, I don't know because he didn't necessarily implicate physical violence there, but so I'm kind of mixed on that one. That's just two guys shit talking each other. I don't know.
I'm looking up right now.
Yeah. Now, to Jamali, you said he was wrong for saying Skeet was unfit to be around his kids. I'm not sure of how many times he's been to rehab because of his drug addiction, but I think it's at least 4. I think maybe I can't remember. I was trying to look up some stuff earlier, but I think that if a person has that type of lifestyle, saying that you don't want them around your kids or they're unfit to be around your kids, I would stand by it. I would make the same statement in that situation.
I hard disagree with that. That feels really, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of implications with that. Like people,
yeah, we might feel differently, but I'm just saying that I would feel exactly like Kanye West. But no, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Because I ain't saying nothing. I think that like it's again, my stance specifically lies on the interaction between Kanye and Trevor Noah. I don't have any issue with that. I think that was just two people hashing out. I think what Kanye's doing with Pete is like extremely inappropriate.
You saying
you right. My bad. My fault, bro. What he doing with Skeet, I think that's extremely inappropriate, and I consider it to be like not even borderline. Like it's super harassing.
Urging fans to harass him too is also a level of harassment. Like he walked it back, sure, but like the damage is already done.
Hold on.
I was just saying that like I think that like just like him having pulling someone's history for like you're not allowed to be around my children because you've had to deal with like substance abuse. I don't know. I think that's a really effed up thing to say. Like
I don't think that's an effed up thing to say, but I do think it belies a certain level of how you feel about rehabilitation and how you feel about definitely.
There's a complete difference from a person who interacts with drugs in a responsible way and that's a part of their life and they seem to otherwise be okay with it, and a person that has to be taken away multiple times because they can't protect themselves from the use of drugs. Those are two wildly different things.
Sure, but that doesn't. But it's saying that people can't be past these things. That's what I'm saying. It's not like
I don't want that type of person around my kids is okay. I wouldn't want that person around my kids. Absolutely. What?
Yeah,
it's just because I think that substance abuse doesn't substance. I mean, there may be some relationship between people who've dealt with substance abuse and like child abuse and things like that, but I don't think that they're correlated.
I'm not demonizing substance abuse. I'm saying that I think a person that is in those situations, I think a person that's in those situations consecutively and potentially gonna be in those situations more. I don't want that person around my kids in an intimate situation like that. Absolutely not. No, in no way would I be okay with that.
Yeah. I can understand from the standpoint of Gambit, especially. I'm not a parent, but I could sort of understand. I could put myself in that situation and be like, I could see why I would be concerned of my baby mother being with someone who has repeated rehab offenses or things like that, whatever it is, repeatedly getting put in. I could see why the concern would be there. One, you don't know if they're going to relapse and how that might happen, where it might happen, if your kids might be around when it happens, or something like that, which could affect them in a way that you don't have any control of because you're not in that household. So I could understand why that would be
and I'm not.
Which is why I was going to say, I will walk that back. I agree with you on that, Gambit, for that. But, however, still the fact remains that he's repeatedly called for the harassment of, not repeatedly, he called for the harassment of Pete Davidson. He continues to attack him on different sorts of social media in different kinds of ways, like in a music video. Leaking text messages from him and his wife is also absolutely inappropriate. Not allowed. That is harassment when you're using your platform to say, hey, this is why you should get back to me. Look at all these text messages that I'm going to make live now, and yada, yada, yada. Like, that's harassment.
Could an argument not be made? Could a stronger argument not be made that Kanye may be a bigger threat to his children right now due to his mental health issues?
No.
But like we wouldn't. But like we point out attacking that.
Yeah,
It's a thin line. You're not.
Who has increased himself to the wealthiest black man?
I think he loves.
That's what white media tells you.
Yeah, I don't think Kanye was.
You just have bought into it.
But I don't. You think that Pete, because he has substance abuse issues, would hurt?
Stop naming this man.
This is like,
This is what we're gonna get stuck on.
That's kind of cringe, bro. That's harassment. That's what true harassment is. Call it.
Do you think that Skeet is in a position that he would hurt Kim's children? Like, we were easily like, I don't think Kanye would hurt his kids. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's an effed up thing to say, because people who people have past, people have histories, and that doesn't buy into you are full on child abuser.
Hold on, wait. I want to make a couple of statements so I can make sure we're being clear. I'm not saying that there should be societal laws barring people with addiction problems away from kids. I think that's a completely different domain than someone saying, hey, for my situation, I'm not okay with somebody of XYZ behavior being around my kids. Yeah. And I stand by people making those statements. Him saying personally for him, this guy, and he probably is, I'll even admit that he's doing this because he wants his family back, right? He wants to be with his kids every day. And I openly, I don't have a problem with him feeling that way either. But he's bringing this up because of those reasons. And I'm not like disillusioned to that. But I think a person saying, hey, I don't want people with continual drug abuse to be around my kids. And I think that's going to be harmful to them. I stand by that like 1,000.
It's not even continual. It's saying you have a history. It's saying your past is why. Yeah, that's a different argument.
He's been there as recently as within the last year or 2 years, right? So yes. I mean, are we going to say a day pass is not continual?
He took a hiatus. He took a hiatus from SNL to go to rehab, and then in his announcement of going, like, when is him coming back, he told Kanye that he should probably go back to therapy too. Like, why are we trying to act like that didn't fucking happen? And we all laughed at it. Like,
this is continual is
Skeeter Peter over here. Okay, isn't the best person. I find more stories. I don't know much about this person. I didn't really know who he was until I guess he started dating Kim Kardashian, and I couldn't get away from the news on Twitter or something. But like, I feel like, and this is a judgment call on me, and I'll go ahead and say it. Like, this might be a little sus, but like, if you get a tattoo, if you brand yourself like with someone else's name, and you've only been dating them or been with them for like a couple months, something's not right.
Wait,
like,
he got a Kim tattoo?
Yes, on his chest. Something's not right, bro.
Yeah,
you're bugging. Like, you're straight up bugging. Like, that's it. Like, you lose a lot of credibility with me for that. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it doesn't imply good decision making skills. I'll give you
that. It does. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like, it doesn't imply good decision making from both of them, because like, why are you with this person if they're? But you know what? I don't.
Especially when she had like a 67-day marriage at one point. Like, you were thinking like you understand that like, relationships come and go.
Yeah, it's like it's up to, and it's, I don't know, it's Kim's discretion to do whatever she wants, right?
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, it's like the person that you're in the relationship with, you should probably like read the fucking room in terms of what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, don't go from Kanye.
Pete has been friends with Kanye. Like it's explicitly clear of that at the very least. But at the same time, like for the sake of like Pete, right? Like I don't understand
Wait,
why.
you dare naming Pete?
What's that?
You dare
Oh, I'm
naming
dead
Steve?
naming Pete. Okay.
Oh my
true.
god.
Like I don't understand. I don't understand why. Like I don't know. I saw so much defending of like Pete Davidson's behavior. Skeet David's
Peter.
yeah, Skeeter Peters'
Davidson.
Like I saw like such defense of his actions, and the overt just like, well, this is good, but like look at Kanye. It's always like it's like, look, no, we can acknowledge that there are two shitty individuals in the circumstance. However, we can also acknowledge that like we can look at both actions of these shitty individuals objectively without having to like smear it of like, oh well, this person did it because of like look at the other actor. It's kind of like ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Other question. I guess getting back to more of the question. I don't know if Prime intended to care about this specific situation or just the idea of like other people like having like strong positions on like Black people's business when it comes to how we
I
talk
was
to each
actually
other.
going to focus on the social media aspect.
Right.
I don't
That's
really-
what I figured. That's why I said
Social
what I
media
said
too.
before.
Don't.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Don't tell me what to do. I hate that you put a block on the word because it would have been flying tonight. I'm gonna be honest. It would have been. It would have been let loose. But I'm here. But yeah,
But
I don't.
someone in chat, Coconut Strawberry, had an interesting question. If you're saying that, and actually before I gotta make sure you are saying this before I repeat his question. But are you saying that within a race, like the social media company should not have a say in how they refer to each other, right? So if they're using offensive language, it's like within like between people of the same race, the social media company should not step in. Just give me a yes or no, because I just want to get to this. All right,
You
Black
talking the
American.
chat or me? Oh,
Talking to you.
no.
No, they should not step in.
You can have a TOS, but don't apply it to Black people.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
absolutely crazy. Okay.
Okay,
Black people
Jamali,
should
yes or
harass
no?
other
Yes or
Black
no?
people.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
They should be managing it. Yes.
Okay, Jay Cook.
They should be managing it.
Okay, yes. Joe, excuse me.
It's not even a matter of should, they will. Like
No,
that's
no,
why
no.
No, I'm not taking. I'm not gonna take this moral stance because it's fucking. I almost said it. It's pretty fucking stupid. Like it's just that they're going to police speech
I'm
of
trying
minorities.
to understand like where you stand on this, but okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm at on it. They're gonna police the speech of minorities, whether I like it or not.
Okay,
So I just
GSU.
don't- I don't
All right,
feel that.
Joe's copping out. GSU.
Yeah, I would say no. And the reason why it sounds intuitive to say yes, but what that does is that allows external entities with more power, more money to like change a race and how they see fit. Because if I put monetization rules on certain things, I can bar behavior from the ability for a minority to practice things that there seem to be at least the majority of people are okay with happening in that group. So I'm not okay with the pressure from the external entity to just modify culture in that way. Now, do I think they have the right to do it? Yes. Well, do I support them doing it? Absolutely not.
So okay,
Again,
so I ask this question then.
Well-
If that's the case within a group, you're saying that they shouldn't for the people who said no, right? But that they shouldn't regulate it. Then can two white people call themselves the N-word?
No, like I said
What does the
specifically for
N-word
this
mean
Black
to
people.
what does the N-word mean to
Specifically
another
for
white
Black-
person? Like,
Yeah, this is
no,
a
like
black-
let's
this is a
let's
black-
dissect that question because I'm actually kind of annoyed. Like, what does the N-word mean to another white person? If a white person calls another white person the N-word, why are they even saying it in the first place? What are they trying to invoke when they use that word on another white person? It would sound like, and it would feel like that they just want a slur that they can be upset about. And like, because all the other slurs that are using against white people are so fucking vapid and they were socially co-opted and codified to such a way that there's no racial slur that white people have in 2022 that makes them offended, that so much so that we'd have to legislate against it.
What if they're trying
But
not
it's
to
only the
offend each
N-word.
other?
there's no word that a white person can say to another white person in terms of racial
What-
identification that would offend them. And if
What
they're
if they're
offended, they're
not trying to
fucking
offend each
stupid.
other, right? When black people say it to each other,
Well-
they're not always trying to offend each other.
There's
right?
no like, then they can call each other the C word all they want. There's a bunch of other slurs that other ethnic minorities use on each other, about each other, and for each other, like gusano.
Yeah.
And for when we don't bat an eye, but the minute somebody says like, oh, like they're like gusano is not a racial slur, it actually is a particular individual and be used for a particular type of person, basically cowards who fled Castro. And all of a sudden white people are like, oh, I'm so upset about that word. Oh, don't use that word on me, when you don't give a shit.
GSU, do you think that since you said
Hold
no,
on. Yeah, I wanna throw it back to you to get your perspective on this. And this is why I don't like this. And I'll use an example that I know you have to modify your opinion on this. So when trans people started to change their pronouns, it was largely culturally unacceptable by a lot of people. But for social progress, we said, hey, this group wants to identify this way, and it seems to be beneficial to this group. So we want to allow this group to get that mental and all of the things, right? Blah blah blah. Okay, if companies at that point would have said, "Hey, this minority group of people is exhibiting behavior that's bad for our advertisers, so we're going to bar people from using gender affirming pronouns because it's bad for business," you wouldn't be on here saying, well, shouldn't the business be able to moderate because of money? And like nobody would make these statements are only made when it comes to
so I
I
didn't give my opinion. I was just repeating the question. That's like and tossing out there.
Well, to everybody, to Jamali
Okay.
and J. Cook, too. Yeah. I just assumed you would take the opposite opinion, but maybe you don't. But yeah,
I don't think that the for that example, pronouns have negative connotations. I am concerned.
No, wait. The negative connotation is always perceived and subjective. There are lots of people in this country who are transphobic and they don't say gender and sex are different, right? To those people, this is a detestable thing happening in culture, blah, blah, blah. Those people would say, hey, we don't want advertisers to support speech that has gender affirming like pronouns in it. Those people usually have a lot of money too. So those people could have set rules up to say, hey, we don't want to allow this in our culture because it's going to be bad for advertisers. But you wouldn't have stood on the same side that you are on now in that situation. So understand that the things that you are influencing culture to do can be used for negative reasons, and you can't just have these things only when they benefit what you ideologically agree with. Like I want to be consistent outside of individual ideological points as much as possible, right? There's times where it's not going to be possible, but in situations like this, if there's a minority that is using some language, I don't think cultural modification from dominant society through economic pressure in that way is just. Mm-hmm. Now, is it legal? Yes, but is it just to me? Absolutely not.
Sure.
Oh, but we're not talking about economic pressure.
No, it is.
With this Ye situation?
Well, we're talking about social media.
We can't even have a real conversation because this won't be monetized. Like what? Like there's economic pressure.
Well, it wouldn't be that it wouldn't be monetized. There's a high probability that it wouldn't due to contextual factors. Kind of no different than like Instagram having to take, or Metaverse having to take some type of stance on Kanye's use of the word. Now the question is, I'm curious about like when other people get yeeted out of the space for using that word, how long their suspensions? Because if you got 24 hours, and if I use the C word right now in the exact same context and got any more than a day, then that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's the problem with social media, is that bans don't tend to come at a very fair way. They tend to be either, if you're banned, you're gonna, like, if you're banned and you're a high figure, like you're a high, very noticeable figure, then you'll get a slap on the wrist essentially. Whereas lesser known people might get like completely just duck or z'd off the platform.
Yeah, like even to the extent of like what Yi said, like I'm just like, I'm gonna die on the hill. Like I've heard people say, I follow accounts that say worse things to other people every day, and it's they don't even like bat an eye on that shit. But Yi drives engagement, so the question is like, okay, do we treat this seriously, or do we understand that like if Yi's not on the platform, that's going to be a problem for some people?
Well, I mean, we're talking about the little accounts, like I just said, the smaller and the bigger people. Whether or not bigger people on these sorts of platforms that are driven by social engagement, which are a huge product of celebrity culture that essentially glorifies these people. If that's going to be the case, then those celebrities need to be held accountable and they need to be made an example of. I think that there's instances where people are harassed by other people of the same race using certain words and harassment. That would be bad. That has to be TOS against a lot of these places, and they should be handled. They should be dealt with in the same manner. That's why I believe that this needs to be managed in a way that it is something that is blanketed and fair to everyone on the platform, not just a particular group of people interacting with within their group or otherwise. There needs to be a way that we can make sure that if you are using particular speech in a particular way, that you will be held accountable for it, regardless of who you are and what you're doing. And in the case of
Well, you said regardless of who you are, then you said you want to only apply it to celebrities. You got to pick.
I was saying using celebrities as examples is perfectly fine. And if we wanted to hold celebrities to a higher accountability by maybe either extending their ban or making it an actual bannable offense, then yeah, sure, I would be okay with that, because those people are the ones who do drive the most engagement, like was said earlier.
That's not going to
and
happen.
they tend to have.
Couldn't disagree more.
Yeah,
I don't think we should apply rules just because somebody has more followers than somebody else.
I think we should definitely make it that people are accountable for the people have huge followings. They should be more accountable for the words they say.
And that's not going to happen.
Well, we got to be clear too that
and that could be a super huge issue. When people think about, even on Twitch, leftist discourse, right? The stupidest things in the world. People will brigade other people simply because their favorite streamer disagreed with someone else, or someone disagreed with their favorite streamer. That's a problem. And then the streamer that their favorite streamer will go and say some shit and harass them, say, her white women.
But y'all use harass.
Now the white women hate train is on, baby. Let's go. That's a thing that happens.
But the difference is, it's not really about it. It's not like bigger accounts get a slap on the wrist. If anything, it's the opposite. I can go. My Twitter's generally small. Y'all should fix that in chat. But I can go on Twitter and I can say whatever I want, honestly. And I'm in an insulated enough community of people who sort of match my sense of humor that it's gonna go right over the rug. There's not gonna be any reports. It'll just be oh, okay, I'm in an insulated community. Once you're in a bigger account, you have less. If you say something that's even slightly controversial, or on the lines of TOS, you're gonna have more reports. And once you hit a report threshold, okay, 12,000 people, had a problem with this. Now I have to make an action. I have to make a call on this.
And I think I did misspeak by accident. I'm sorry. I did. What I was alluding to was that people with bigger accounts should be held more accountable. They should absolutely
disagreeing with.
They should be held more accountable for the simple fact that they have the following to create a legitimately uncomfortable experience for people that they may disagree with.
So you're a person that's saying, as people get more fame, they should have additional things applied to them, and this is why when people get bigger, they divorce themselves from communities because they're held to this ridiculous standard. That's what happens. That's why people are hey, I'm not going back to the black community because they're going to have all of these. I don't look at people differently in that way. I think you should be active in your community, I think Kanye should be active in his.
Of course. So either we need to change the way celebrity culture is and how we idolize people, or that needs to be the case, because there's no other way that I can think of that would be a better solution for this. People who are getting harassed by people who are more influential or less influential, or whatever the case is. They have enough following to make being harassed a legitimate thing. How many times has probably a number of you have been on other panels where you've talked to other content creators and then afterwards have received a slew of hate messages?
That's not harassment to me.
Just throwing out there, Jay wanted to say something earlier. I just didn't want to get away from it. I saw you.
No, the point's gone.
Dang.
No, it's still here. What's up?
No, I'm good. Go on. Go on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm just saying that getting a slew of hate messages should not be the standard for when you are having disagreements with other figures that have a big following. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Does anyone disagree with that?
Hold on, say that again.
I didn't hear what you said.
Getting a slew of hate speech thrown at you for having a disagreement with other content creators or anyone who has an influence over a large amount of people should not be the standard.
I don't know what hate speech. I don't think I believe in hate speech.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, there's so much that you're putting in that, and you don't even understand it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not saying you don't understand it for you. I'm saying you don't understand what's being communicated to us. I don't even.
Like, by hate speech, do you just mean racial slurs, or do you mean like derogatory? Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
is it
it's
derogatory
like
comments?
slurs.
Like, because what about from Kanye's perspective? Like, he talked about. Like he's defensive of his wife. He's having a issue with his wife. That's the confrontation, right? And then he's getting hate, right? Someone could say hate from other people, maybe even including Trevor Noah, maybe like a whole list of other people. So from his perspective, does that count as hate towards him? And he's having a disagreement.
Jamali?
So
you agree with it? So that makes it not hate speech.
Malice, no?
Hate speech is not maybe the right word, but that's actually a really good word. Jacob, a lot of malice tends to be directed towards people in these situations. Should that be the standard?
a lot. If people don't like what you got to say, you might get some malice thrown at you.
So that should be the standard.
So a death.
I don't
know, but no, not death. Like I said, we're
say that, man.
no. I'm saying that you're throwing in a bunch of stuff in there. If you're saying that people, like, if you say something stupid that on the internet, that people might come at you for a couple days, that people might say like, "Oh, that was stupid," like, and they might not say it in the nicest way. Is that considered malice?
No.
Like, because that's different from death threats.
No.
That's different from I'll kill your mom.
Maybe it's not obvious. I'm sorry, but that's not what I'm getting at. If someone's coming at you and critiquing things that you said that they felt that they disagreed with, obviously.
But even if they're not critiquing, even if they're just saying you're an idiot, like
even if it's saying stupid.
I mean, I have
that's just being mean.
I think that, like, being called an idiot isn't a big deal, so I wouldn't consider that to be that big of a deal. But when people,
100,000 people, hold on. If Kanye tweeted about Skeet and 100,000 people said, "Skeet, you're an idiot," I think you would call that harassment.
Already, people are calling him Skeet instead of Pete. So I mean,
that's his name.
That's nice.
So would you consider someone saying like, I mean, I know what I would consider hate speech to me, but like, let me think about it for a second. Like, okay, what if someone said like black mammy, big lips, blah blah, like something around that?
Mm-hmm.
Someone said that.
Oh, so like
it's stuff that doesn't engage. Like when you get the sort of harassment that doesn't engage with the conversation you were even having, and people are just insulting you. That is the problem that I'm addressing here. People say, "I hope you get like R-worded." I don't know if I don't want to. I hope you get like to women creators, right, who have disagreements with their favorite male streamers or something. That's not okay, right? We all agree with that. That's totally inappropriate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, say that again.
So like, I don't like
somebody wishing death on you.
Yeah, wishing.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, that's
death threats or giving genuine death threats, like I'm gonna fucking kill you, and like I'm gonna like
physical calls for violence or indirect calls for violence are off the table for sure, without a question.
Right. That's kind of what I'm getting at, and I think that happens a little bit more than it should, and well, particularly in the Twitch political community, but in general, when it gets to bigger things like mainstream celebrities, like you got your Ye Wests out here. I'm pretty sure the amount of verbal attacks that came at both Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson was
I'm gonna keep correcting you. I can't.
There was probably a sharp increase in it after his slew of like going on tirades, posting things online, encouraging assault of a person and things like that. I'm pretty sure that happened, and that's not right.
Yeah, it happened with Kanye too, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. And any of the stuff that happened that came back to Kanye from both of them, yeah, that's all of it's wrong.
I think it's bad, but I also think, like, don't get me wrong, it's completely bad. But I also think that there's like an expectation of like a cost of being a celebrity. When you step into, and to a lesser degree, like all of us, like when you make a step to be content creators, like there's some level of like, oh, okay, like of critique
Negative
and
content that's
and
gonna come, yeah.
negative content is gonna come to you, and I think you have to buy into that whenever you whenever you come into that. Like I think it's weird when people make like the woe is me things about it like when they're like, you know, massive like streamers and content creators. I'm like, bro, people gonna say mean things to you on the internet. What do you think you was getting into? You know, you reaping the rewards. You also gonna have to take the other part of that.
And I would say this, Jamal,
and that doesn't make it your fault.
I can't elucidate this probably right now, but I think there's a difference between bad and wrong. And I think these things are bad, but you called them wrong. And I don't know if I like the calls for violence. Take that off the table. That's nonsense. That shouldn't be allowed, right? But just people giving you lots of whatever you're considering hate speech, I don't think that's wrong. I think it's just bad. I think wrong is, I don't know how to explain the difference.
Yeah, I was about to say,
right
can
now, but
you try and explain the difference between like what would
it's like
wrong and bad?
Jesus.
Something that you wouldn't do versus something that shouldn't be allowed to be done.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, that. Exactly that.
Like you can say like, oh, that's tasteless, but like, you know, like that they're like they can say it. They just think it's like, oh, it's kind of crappy. Versus something like that is completely inappropriate.
I don't smoke marijuana. To me, smoking marijuana is bad. I wouldn't say it's wrong.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Marijuana is base. What
See?
I'm back. Sorry about that. I had some work shit to deal with.
No, but yeah.
What I was trying to get at essentially was that those things are too prevalent and they need to stop and it needs to end. And the only ways that I can see that happening is if people were forced to be more careful by private companies to make sure that their messaging wasn't going to garner the harassment or attack of another individual, or we change the way we idolize people so that when we see someone disagreeing with our favorite whatever, we don't just go rabid and start like harassing people.
So both of those are,
to be fair, that's a very small.
Both of those are very complicated. The latter is, I think, what we should try to focus on.
I agree.
That's like a lot of people can't conceptualize that there's like trillions of tweets probably, and like the idea that you could moderate each and every one for contextual this hate speech thing that you're like invoking is so erroneous that it's impossible. So that is impossible. But what we can do is tell people, hey, be more charitable to people that you don't like, and we can all support that message. Whether that's going to do anything to the people that are sitting at home in basements that are tweeting those things, I don't know, right? We can try to change those people.
Come on, again, but these people look at
that.
They got that McDonald's Wi-Fi fucking.
Yeah, like
they buy a sweet tea so they can stay in there for 4 hours.
We should try to do some social changes at that level for sure. We should always support those type of messages. I just don't know if the people that are dealing with, some people are dealing with really terrible things and they get off, maybe not literally, but they get off to arguing with people online and saying crazy stuff. And for that person, the cathartic release that they get for tweeting, hey, Kanye, you're an idiot, they're not going to change that for some moral.
I don't think that's a problem. But
I think that's the majority of those people. I think if you can spend a large portion of your life tweeting and commenting all day about people that you don't like, then you're one of those people probably.
But I think something that you might agree with Gambit is that I do think there is a level of I'm slowly coming back into the conversation, by the way, so like feel free to clap me if this was already discussed. There is something to say about public figures and the way they handle themselves on those platforms. That's where I'm like, I think we have to, like, in terms of like Kanye or any individual, really, of like going, hey, like, you are on our platform and you are one of the driving forces on our platform, so we are going to moderate your shit to a degree. I don't know how that look. Well, I do know how that looks, but it's going to vary from platform to platform. But I do think that's something that, like, someone as large as Kanye is an influence is something he's going to have to kind of take some L's from time to time.
I can agree that a Kanye, a Trump, blah blah blah, have more impact, right? I'm not disillusioned to say that there isn't a difference from me tweeting something and Donald Trump or Kanye tweeting something, right? So I think there's a different impact, but just from a like moral perspective, I don't agree with putting different requirements on them because of the level of success that they retain. I don't.
I'm
I don't
kind of
like
with
that.
that
Yeah.
too. It's not really a matter of like success per se. Maybe it is. Where it's just like,
Influence.
yeah,
Probably
where it's
better.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I guess like understanding of like, yeah, like if they say something like Elon, like for example, Elon Musk can literally, which has been shown, can influence stocks on just a question on Twitter because people are so like,
Yeah.
what? And I think that's something you gotta like acknowledge if you are like a member of a tech company.
I think that's a good point. If you have some material interest like a stock market or something, then I could see, hey, the CEO of the company can't tweet out, yo, we got this new shit coming out tomorrow and it's gonna be dope, right?
Yeah.
Like there are domains where like authority in situations shouldn't have the same freedoms as somebody who's disconnected from it. So I can agree that there are certain domains for sure.
Yeah, like the
But
Like
the
saying,
Mac,
you know
right?
what? I don't know. This election feels a little off.
Little
Yeah, like well, it depends. Well, contextually, it depends. Like, I will give this. I will give Donald Trump this. If I'm Donald Trump's tech team and I really believe in election fraud, and this is a like again like there's a lot of chatters that hate me, so take this with about as much enough salt that you shit your asshole for 5 days, like or shit out your asshole for 5 days. So if Donald Trump after the election just tweeted, yo, that was sus, banger tweet. But we get the latter, you know, like I do like I don't want to. I think it's totally fine for companies and like public individuals, private individuals, like taking stances, like or rather famous individuals, influencers taking stances in a tongue-in-cheek way. But sometimes as Donald Trump showed, is like this is like completely serious. There's no level of like nuance.
So this one is hard. Should Donald Trump be able to say the election was rigged? I would have to say I'm okay with that happening. I don't see a way for me to reason why he shouldn't be able to. Like I believe in like peaceful transfers of power. You know, I think that's like the proper thing that should be happening. But would I say it's wrong? I'd just say it was bad, probably.
Sure.
I wouldn't say it's wrong.
Really? Like the misinformation? Okay, just saying like generally he feels it was rigged, or like stating like no, we've got the proof and like.
When you say empirical fact, you should go to a courtroom and it should be proven wrong, like it's been done all across the country. And the people who still continue to believe it are like they're disconnected from reality, right? So, but should they be able to make claims? Yes. Should they? Should we encourage? That's why I'm for encouraging people to go to the structures that can resolve this. No, Donald Trump, don't sit on Twitter and just say this. Even though I think you should be able to say it, try to go to court and change something. Oh, you went to court and everywhere across the nation said it was fake. Well, maybe you should also think about what you actually think. Like, maybe
I'm like, this is how we got January 6th though. That was literally like,
well,
hey,
well the thing
y'all.
is, the thing is, which made it complicated, I think, with Trump is that there's a point in, it's gonna sound kind of weird to say, god damn, it's happening again. There's a point when people say things and do things online, especially influencers, where they just have to take the L. And sometimes we've seen time and time again, I mean, we watched it in real time. Shout out to ContraPoints, where like an individual just has to take the L. I'm not saying ContraPoints should take the L here. The other individuals should probably take the L in this case, where it's like you just take the L, move on. And with like in the case of Trump, where like if I'm saying like if he tweeted, "Oh, the election was sus as fuck," and then like he went through the vectors and then just stopped talking about how the election was sus and just allowed the transition to happen, then I'd be like, okay, I'm okay with that. Like I think Gambit would too to an extent, but
I'd be okay if I went to like,
yo, hey y'all, this is the last shot. This is the last day.
Like,
what you gonna do?
I don't like that we're in this age where people will suspend reality for people that they like. But I do know that you can't bureaucracy your way out of this. I'm not foolish enough to think that creating these laws or whatever the hell we're like kind of sort of being pro, that's not going to change the root situation of the guy at home wearing the MAGA hat that really thinks the election was stolen. Like, we're not going to change hearts and minds this way. So
a lot of those
know,
people
man.
would. I can see
Isn't
people.
it
Sorry.
doing more harm, right? Like,
Oh, for sure, it's doing harm, for sure. But I don't think solely reducing harm is a virtue.
Yeah, I think like harm in most situations, especially for influencers, when they do like post and talk about like things in a negative context, I think it's inevitable. Like, because people are like wild. Like, there are people who like unironically still side with Johnny Depp in 2022, and will defend that motherfucker like so much so that's like.
Wait,
It's like
he was right? Wait, he didn't do anything to his wife, right?
What?
I'm just.
They did it. They came out and it was confirmed that his wife was lying the whole time. Maybe I'm wrong. But I could have sworn.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. You're right.
His wife was lying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm just saying, just think about it. I'm just positing an idea in the wild. But my point is that like you'll have people who will defend individuals regardless of like whatever, like again, like yeah,
that's bad.
or even like Nicki Minaj, right? Like when, despite the fact that she clearly spread COVID misinformation, she's clearly kind of sus about women, especially black women. There's some people's like, I still support her. She's just saying what everybody's thinking. It's like, yes, you know. Like,
I'm a young-minded stand, Joe. I'm sorry.
It's like, I'm just saying, you don't see a lot of black women openly talk to Kevin Samuels at like 2 a.m. talking about. Oh, you don't know that?
We'll talk offline. We'll talk post show.
She's talking to Kevin Samuels. You missed that? Oh, it's a banger. It's awful, but it's a banger. Anyway.
But yeah, I guess that's what it's rooted in. I don't think these things can change people. It's just gonna cause them to bottle it up publicly, and I don't think that's a good solution for like a future where we're integrated and like able to fellowship amongst each other.
Oh, like they'll hit you with like the agree to disagree type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to fight with you on this. I'm just fixed on my opinion. It's like, okay, mom. Like.
Yeah, I just don't want there to be a another January 6th where someone with a lot of influence encourages people to do things that are, you know, one, like reprehensible to the degree of almost stopping an election from transitioning, but even to the point of just having people be bullied off of the internet, essentially. Or being forced to commit suicide. I think Dave Cook. Dave? Did I just mix Dane Cook and Dave Chappelle? Okay. Dave Chappelle.
Shitty comedians, I know it's very easy to make
one of the last comedy specials that he had about his friend who killed themselves because of the harassment that they got after they defended him or something. Like that's crazy. That shit's wild.
For sure.
Yeah, I know. I completely agree with that. I don't know. I think this is getting back kind of to the original topic, but I just wouldn't have the audacity to see like 2 white women going at it like, what do you mean, bitch? Why do you mean, bitch? And say like, oh, that offends me. Hey, watch language, ladies.
Yeah,
like it's not my business. It's just not. It's not me. Whatever y'all got going on.
It's not you, but it's definitely something that you could unironically see Terry Crews doing. Okay, like Whoa, ladies.
I guess what's at the root of it too is what Joe said earlier. We know it's fake, right? Like this. Oh shit! This is it, y'all. This is what bothers me so much. We know the shit is fake. When I was on Prime's panel, I was on an open panel, and there was this white guy saying, "Oh my God, he's using the N-word. It's just so like," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! Like you don't have to play with me like I'm an intelligent person. I know that you're doing this act because you've been told that you should do this act, and there's no emotional ties you have when me and other black people use the N-word, and that's the part of it that's really the problem to me because we've raised that as if it's actually something there, and it actually is. Oh, it's harmful to the white people to hear the N-word being spoken amongst black people.
Cringe.
And it's the stupidest thing. And I won't go along with dumb games. That's what's really bothering me about it.
And if we ever give up like or as a people overall, like obviously individuals do what they want, but we ever give up the idea of like, oh, you know what, white people, you know, like not just in like a public, like not just in like a work environment, but white people should have a say on how we privately engage us, how we deal with each other. We will never get that back. We losing it all.
No,
Well, I think
that's crazy.
Yeah.
The thing for me was just for the Kanye and Trevor Noah issue is the word that was used. I personally I don't like the word being used because it does separate people and allows for more and more of the division of people while they have the same skin color or they're more or less the same sub race of people. Like there's
I just want the I just want the record to set the record straight. I just want to say, hey family. But anyway, keep going.
No.
Oh, Jamali, wait, 'cause I don't
I'm
know
on
if,
game now.
I don't know if you actually believe this, Jamali, and I want to see if you actually do. Okay.
I got it.
There's a race of people, right? And there's a behavior that one can exhibit where you are somewhat sabotaging your race for financial gains from a more dominant structure, right? Somebody calling out when they think that's happening. I'm not saying that's happening with Trevor Noah.
okay.
I'm not saying that's happening. Yeah, for sure. I'm not.
It's not.
When somebody wants to put a word on that so that they don't have to say that every time, you're like the concept is going to exist even if you ban the word.
Yeah, of course.
It's just going to be replaced by something else.
Okay.
The concept exists. The concept is going to exist, and you're right in the fact that whether it's this word or another word, there's always going to be something to describe a type of person who would do something like that. To sell out your own, group to make more money. Sure, you call them a sellout, whatever. But I feel like when I see the word, and this is an I feels argument here, but I feel like when I see the word, I don't see it really being used that way, but only to be used to quiet Black people who have a dissenting voice from Democrats or left-leaning ideology. That's how I see it.
Isn't entrenched in left-wing ideology? What?
Wait, say that again?
Trevor Noah is entrenched in left-wing ideology.
Yeah.
No, he was just saying how it was used generally. I don't think he
I
was
don't think this situation is.
I think I agree with what he
Owens.
said generally.
It gets used against Candace Owens, but it gets used against people on the left too.
Yeah, but I think once again, I feel as though I see it portrayed as more of a thing used for Black people who are more conservative than more left leaning.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not disagreeing with that statement at all.
I have an issue with that. Sure. That's what I have an issue with. The concept is going to exist, as you said, and I can't do anything about the concept because it's literally just what it is. I would like to see the word used less in that particular context then. I would like it if it was used in a way to talk about people who genuinely, regardless of the political sphere they were on, were actually selling out their people to make a profit. That would be okay, but that's
This is how I feel about the word racism. No, we agree on this. You want it to be somewhat appropriately used or at least appropriately defended. I agree with you on that. Yeah. We shouldn't just let words become I don't like you.
Yeah, you don't want
to call you this. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like you don't want the word to be used in such a way that's like I'm late to the party here. I was listening to them. Like you don't want the word to be used in a way that like dilutes the meaning of the word in the first place.
Exactly.
Because I get called this, like I've got called this for like not being a communist. Like that was like
I could give
for sure.
To give a myopic example, right? To give a myopic example, there's people who are who use the word. And this is personal to me. There are people who misuse the word coomer. There's very clear difference between coomers and perverts. There's a big difference, though, and very often you get people who call perverts coomers, and it's not okay.
I don't know the lore. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know the intricacies.
Bro, I'm so lost in Twitch language. I just use it sometimes, but I don't even know if I'm using it right. Like
I don't know what podcast means.
Wait, is a coomer a person who cooms a lot by themselves, or just like what if I just have a lot of sex? Does that make me a coomer still?
No, it doesn't make you a coomer. That just makes you a cool guy. Cool guy doing
the
cool
Urban
thing.
Dictionary is the Urban Dictionary definition of coom correct? Because that's
whoa. There's a difference between coom and coomer.
Yeah, true.
Really?
True.
Oh, I thought a coomer was the person that cooms. Oh, wow.
Is it with a C or a K? I have no idea.
It's with a C. It's
Okay.
like COOMER.
Prime is like, where are we right now?
I'm just not up on game. Like what is it? There's
Soy?
Giga Chad, and then there's like
I don't know what soy is. I'm so lost.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a male who is not
that's soft, right?
alpha.
You Teflon, you soft.
That's a.
Oh, don't you feel it, right? Like,
Yes,
listen,
they
I
do.
just turned 33.
Yep.
Listen, it's already happening for
But no,
somebody.
but
The
back-
words, the
back-
definitions are starting to make less
Oh
sense.
man, you're so
They're
old.
fading
The
away.
kids these days.
Mm.
People are gonna say some things like, "Yo, you're such a coomer, bro." And you're like, "What is this? What is this dialogue that they're participating in?"
Yeah, I just use black. I'm like I get all my lingo from Black Twitter. I just say what the black people say.
You're guessing you're using it properly, apparently.
Too.
You know what I'm saying? But they be like fire. You like I be hearing people use fire so
Bro,
like
oh my god,
weird
like,
in such weird ways.
I take a bigger offense of
bussin'.
people of people using language in a way that like is clearly not part of that community. Like there's just words that in New Jersey they just haven't died yet, but then people think that like it's okay for them to use those words. Like we use fam. We just use fam. No, like in Jersey we just use fam a lot. It's just like it's just a thing.
Oh, fam is national, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
famous everybody.
Fam is national.
No, but we use it everywhere, not just everywhere.
I don't use. I'm like
So
fam.
are
Fam
you
used
mad
to be-
that are you mad that Jersey people are using it a lot? Or are you mad?
I'm just mad that my state is behind on language. Okay, that's what I'm really upset.
Ah,
yeah,
I see.
you know,
They still use
honestly,
lit. They still
so-
use lit in 2022. Okay.
like that's an actual thing. I like moving from the city to like upstate New York. It's like the slang is like years behind in terms of like people.
I
are
also like
really dead ass though. Like what?
I know exactly. And there's another thing that really frustrates me. It's like, and
when people ain't pushing. Pink.
only black people will understand what I'm saying is when white people get weird around black people, and they don't get weird in like the ordinary ways of like, oh, can I touch your hair? They just like they use different language that's very clear they've
Code
never
switch.
used before.
They code switch.
You
Have
know
you
what?
ever
Try to.
So you're talking about Hillary Clinton in her hot sauce.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Hot sauce in a bag, swag, baby.
She was-
Have you ever seen a white
me.
person try to dap you up like in a like? Oh,
Or
Yeah.
they'll ask you, or they're like the biggest
you ain't
example.
never dap like this in your life, bro. No.
The best example
There you
the best example I could give is I was just like sitting in school minding my business. It's usually what I do. And then this like one of my white colleagues came up and then like he was like, what's up, fam? And I'm like, hey. And he's like, oh, Kyrie, huh? And it's like, what?
You're lying. You're dead ass posting Reddit right now. Like
Yeah. It's like
that wasn't an actual comment.
it's like I'm thinking in the back of my mind of like, sure, am I wearing a James Harden jersey? Like, why would I be wearing why would I be wearing a James Harden? Oh my god. And it's like I don't like fuck Kyrie. I hope he stays out of the league forever.
I'm gonna be honest, Prime. Thursdays cannot be like healthy for your channel growth. Like, because this is like therapy for me. I promise. Like, I know there's like an audience full of white people right now, but I just forget them. Like, and it's like, you know what really come under about white people, and it just comes out. So yeah, this could not be good for your.
No,
like,
but the
channel
thing
growth.
is though, but this is important, right? Because white people have the introspection versus the denial. I don't do that around my black friends. I never do that around my black friends. And then they'll pick the radio, they'll turn on the radio and say, You want to listen to Hot 97? And it's like,
Bruh.
what?
Yes, but
it's like,
No, the
first
capacity
off,
like-
yes. Second off, oh, only people on the East Coast will know what I'm talking about. Like,
oh,
but
true. I guess that is an East Coast thing, huh?
they have like weird things on the what's it, power,
tri-state
whatever the fuck you
area.
call it.
Hour 99.
You have like
Hot 97, bro. They don't know about that.
Hour 99, I think, and Hot 97. Anyway, yeah, sorry. Okay, but we've strayed. But shout out to GSU Gambit here for this fight. Okay, so I just kind of want to circle back in the time that we have remaining, and then of course we'll continue on for Open Walk On panel. So Kanye goes on this rant. He says these offensive things, right? Should if we say, and I think you would say, maybe I'm wrong, but if you say that people shouldn't have to suffer like abuse online, then this would be abuse. Like separate that from the words, right? And the context of these two people all within this two race, right? Like abuse and harassment. If you think that people who shouldn't have to suffer abuse, that we should at least try. We can't protect them from everything. Absolutely not. I think maybe GS, you made that point earlier, right? There's so many tweets out there. How can you possibly moderate them all? That's fair. But should we not be striving for a world, for society that is just less tolerant of abuse? So when we do see this high profile example, we do take action against them, right? Again, like you can say, he said different words, that makes you feel better, right? But like different offensive words. Shouldn't we?
Y'all aren't gonna like me on this.
Oh boy.
I was gonna say in my perfect world, I still like in my perfect world, this is exactly what happens. Trevor knows a public figure that called out another public figure, and Kanye handled it, went direct to the source. And that, like I said, this is in my ideal society. Stuff like this still happens. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
like
when I come on to your open and everybody's mauling, right? I think less of their intelligence for sure. But I don't want to see a world where they can't express themselves if they think I said something dumb. Even if it's really them that's dumb, right? I still think they should be able to say their dumb point.
I think they should be able to express themselves.
Yeah, I don't want to police them out of existence.
If you're saying something,
even if it's to me. So like,
yeah, like you should be able to do that a little bit more respectfully. Like that should
they could choose to, but I don't feel there should be something that is forcibly compelling them to.
I mean, just being a better person.
So you're saying like as long as the speech isn't like threatening,
direct violence,
like threatening harm, you're okay with it.
Or even indirect. I have an issue with indirect stuff too. Like, oh God, I wish you would. Like, I wish you were dead. Or like,
even
indirect
stuff can still cause people.
Yeah. Coming for people's like,
And I would say like certain racial slurs for sure, right? Like I'm not, or non-racial slurs, like slurs around gender or blah blah blah, right? Like I'm not okay with that stuff either. Would I legislate against it? Jesus, I don't know. If somebody called me the N-word, I don't think I would legislate against it.
Well, it ain't gotta be legislate. You can handle it with TOS. Yeah. Like, would you have TOS against it? And I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I think,
but it's going to turn into this conversation where they like, well, even black people can't say it. That's why I'm scared of the TOS.
See, I think Twitch does it right. Like Twitch has a TOS, but they when we talk to each other, they like they probably got it. Let's not touch that, and like leave it alone. Have a TOS, but understand that when some things are above your pay grade. and my word.
Like I feel like the law. I'm gonna go on state. The law should be that if you're a white person and you feel comfortable calling a black person the N-word, you should have to like box them in real life. That's just straight up.
What?
Like you guys should just meet up.
People can fight
in real life.
I don't know about that. I know a white boy that can with hands on them.
Whoa!
That's it. Just have better hands. Combat sports.
Have you ever listen? How dare you? How dare you on St. Patrick's Day demean the great white hope that is Conor McGregor? Okay, like how dare you?
Really? I thought that was Jake. Jake was my great white hope.
Jake who? Jake Paul?
Jacob, yeah.
What? No.
Paulie P.
No.
Wait,
okay.
what?
Will I say he's taking a very interesting pro worker stance on fighters? Sure. Does he look like he doesn't shower? Yes. Like I don't know. This man looks like he's one of those like, dude, it's just my natural like smell, bro. It's like, yeah, naturally you should get into the shower if you smell like that. Why is Google talking?
As I understand, was it Brad Pitt doesn't take a lot of showers?
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was like I got out of. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I think that came out like when he was splitting with Angelina. Who knows if it's the case or not? But this is what I've heard.
I know his.
There was someone else who doesn't shout. I want to say it's DJ Khaled.
Go ahead, son.
He also doesn't give head to his women, so I don't know. DJ Khaled's not a person I would fuck.
Whoa. Wait, you're telling me the average no female's actually gonna care about that. Brad Pitt generally comes up to them and be like, yo, I'm not giving you head, I will fuck the shit out of you. They'll be on board with that. I'd give it a solid 75%.
I heard Beyonce's breath smells bad. And I believe it because everybody has one flaw. Like, and I'm like, hello, hey, how you doing, baby? Like, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's probably some effed up stuff going on in there. And I also say Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't shower, which also
that does sound
so. Celebrities that are dying on this take. It looks like Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, Jake Gyllenhaal, but he can literally call someone the N-word, and I'll probably defend it.
Oh no!
Jason Momoa.
Wait,
not like this. What happened?
Whoa.
Listen, Jake Gyllenhaal gets a pass. Okay, don't you dare act like you'd be
I've
like,
met
you know
him
what?
in real life. He's okay.
He's a little
Do you think?
dusty. He's a little dusty. Look at him.
Why Jake Gyllenhaal?
Did you give him a side hug?
A side hug? But how low is the hand going? Is the shoulder? I'd allow a shoulder side hug, like shoulder. I see some dudes like some dudes that like go down to like the waist, like that's like some old head shit. Where it's like some like there are some like old people in my community where like when I take pictures with them, they like go like to my upper inner waist. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, if we're taking a picture, that's one thing, right? Obviously, we gotta be facing the camera. But I don't understand the side hug in general. I'm a full hugger, right? Like, if we're doing it, let's do it, right?
Everybody
like,
don't want to go front with you.
Then we don't. They don't want to hug me. Then that's okay. It's okay if they don't want to. But like, then they don't want to hug me. They don't want to be in contact with me. I'm not gonna subject them to myself.
And
you're not from the South. You're not from the South. We have like there's a common courtesy. Even if you don't like somebody, you go in for the side hug because it's southern hospitality. It's what we do. You just put yourself out there.
No. Weird.
Well, I learned the hard way. Like, okay, as someone who dated an Italian woman. I don't know why. Like, well, when that Como shit was going down, he was saying that like, yeah, we just kiss on the lips. And then as somebody who dated an Italian woman, I was like, you know what? I believe him because that happened to me multiple times, and I was thrown off every time it happened. Like, imagine meeting somebody's father for the first time and they hit you with the lips and it's like, what? And then she was like, yeah, my dad just does that. And it's like, you didn't tell me this?
Yeah, you should definitely be warning somebody. You're bugging.
Can't go lips to lips on me.
And then like it's like I was so confused.
Not the cheek. Not the cheek.
It was like that's what I thought. Like he was going in, and I'm like, oh, this is just like some like side cheek stuff because like it happened with her sister, it happened with her other sister, and then it went to mom. She did it, and it's like, okay, dad's gonna do it. Nope. Dad.
Yo, I would throw hands, bro. What?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all ever be cuddling after someone you hook up with, and y'all end up y'all ever be cuddling with someone after a hookup, and y'all end up like it gets hot, so you turn over, but then y'all are going booty to booty.
What?
Y'all ain't never went booty to booty.
Repeat.
My girlfriend. Oh yeah, repeat that. But
yeah.
Okay, so like, you know, you hook up, everything's great, and you're like, that was great. And now it's like you cover a little bit, but it's like it's hot now. But you turn over, but you still want to know there, so you like just go booty to booty.
Oh, I'm a piece
y'all
of
lying.
I'm a piece of no. I am okay.
I need to like have a recording. My new ringtone needs to be Bam saying booty to booty.
My girlfriend and I have fought on this a lot. So basically what happens is I'm very particular about the temperature of my body when I sleep. So I cannot do body contact when I sleep. And it is the worst because when you have an intimate like exchange and then after you usually cuddle, I don't cuddle. I'm a savage. And
just give a little booty to booty.
And then every once in a while, there'll be times like when she's over and her foot would like touch my like shin, and then I would just wake up and pull it away. Oh, it's not good. It is not good for women's confidence to do that. It's bad. I gotta like adjust that. But
yeah, don't.
Okay, all right. So I'll give my opinion on this. GSU, when you can, let's see your pretty face again. But I'll give my opinion on this. But I first want to hear from Jay. Jay, what's your verdict on the cuddling?
Booty to booty sounds not good. I don't want that.
You don't want booty to booty.
Why?
So you
No.
want
You-
cuddle? Do you
Yeah,
prefer
I'll
spoon?
either be big spoon or little spoon.
Okay.
Oh, it's so hot. I just feel the body.
After the fact, like
I
y'all
know,
are like
okay,
y'all are gonna be
Joe,
like
but to
paced
Joe,
together.
No, but to Joe's point, if like we're like, sometimes I do sprawl out. Like I'm
Like,
I
you
cover up the bed. Like I don't want to touch if it's really hot.
Like, I
But
keep a
booty to
fan
booty,
on me at all times.
That thing
I
going.
don't-
Dang on me, son. What you mean?
I mean, it's
I can't
happened.
do it.
So I'll give my opinion on this. And I want to hear what from GSU Gambit too, but maybe he might be away from the camera.
He knew
But-
better to be in this conversation.
GSU, my man. So yeah, I have messed around with some women, and like yeah, afterwards. I mean, so I like to cuddle. I like to cuddle. Like I'm fine with that. I like. I don't think I've ever been other than like my mom like cuddling me as a child. I don't think I've ever been like the little spoon.
Oh, it's underrated. It's
but-
kind of underrated. Little Spoon be going hard sometimes.
It's
Even a
underrated.
tiny girl, she like, I got you.
It's very comforting.
but
Yeah, and they like rub your ear back.
no, that sounds nice. That sounds
It's getting
nice.
a little elaborate here.
But like
My
so like I don't have a lot of experience there, but like I like being the big spoon and catching her if she wants that, like during the night, and I can do that too. Whatever you want. But like yeah, when it gets too hot, I think when it gets too hot, you would turn around, then like okay, I still want some contact, and then butt to butt. No, okay. I say
See?
it happens. No. I'm not gonna say
Okay,
it the way you
I
said
will,
it.
like, I don't know, but this is why
Cheeks.
you're
No.
all just entering my position where you should.
Not like you
just-
spread. It's not that you touching holes.
ass
Like, yo,
always-
that kiss.
I
Weird.
always keep my motherfucking thing on me. Why do you think this has a battery door? Because
We
I
keep
know
one. It's one in
goddamn
our bed
well.
too. You got another one behind you. You got like a few things on you.
You know, I have fans. I have fans everywhere.
But no,
can't-
I keep it
can't.
too. But I'm telling you, like every
Wait,
now and then,
Joe,
you
it's
just,
not even like that hot. Where
I'm
we are
always
yet.
warm. It's a
Oh,
blessing and a curse.
I mean,
Mm.
Because then I'm like,
So
I'm
bad
the
in the
best. It's like,
summertime.
oh, and like my girlfriend's like, oh, but you're so warm when like it's so nice to cuddle with you. And it's like, I know. I'm very aware of my condition. It's like-
That's why winter is literally the best season, and no one can tell me anything. Just open up the window, son. Get under the blankets, cuddle up. You will never want for anything in your life.
wait, seasoning? What'd you say? I thought you were talking about food.
Winter is the
Oh.
best season,
Oh no.
and no one can ever tell me different because
That's
that's
big.
when you
live
get
in
under the covers,
upstate
open
New
up that
York.
window.
Why would
that's-
you say that?
It's old.
Yeah, let's
suburban,
talk
no.
about how white supremacy has infested black people's opinions about temperatures. I think
What?
that the
We
East
weren't built
Coast,
for it.
the East Coast and the North was a mistake. Okay, I think that the Great Migration should be back to the South.
Whoa.
Even though we starting to get seasons down here, all global warming and all. Like it's kind of crazy. I ain't used to it. But like, yeah, I'm a summer baby, born in the summer. Like I like to swim, and you know what? I ain't got no money, but I ain't all the way broke. So we keep the AC on around here, and keep that fan. So like,
The AC
we
does
live a
not
little different.
exist. The AC does not exist in between the months of May and November. Okay, all
Oh my
fans
God.
all the time.
Oh wow, that's
Whoa.
rough. You roughing it.
Yeah. they-
Every time, because anytime I hear that, like, though it sounds like your wall is transforming, that just sounds. I just hear money. So like, you know what I'm talking about when the AC hits you with that, like when it's transforming into cold mode. Yeah, like, it's like, oh fuck, that's gonna cost me.
I live on 71. Like all I do is when it gets cold, I flip it from heat to cool. But I live on 71.
I'm an absolute degenerate. My AC's at 69, bro. I need it cold in my room.
The only time where AC is acceptable to be super cold is when you're in a hotel and you can just say, fuck your bills. 40 degrees.
GSU. All right, so we're gonna need a ruling from you. Okay, all right. Are you a cuddler? Like with you're in a committed relationship, do you guys cuddle? Maybe not every night, but like especially like after like you laying down the business.
An action.
That's amazing. Wow. Wow. Really deep. Beautiful.
Really? I've been muted. Okay. Wow. I was saying
Yes.
stuff earlier when I was like off screen.
Okay.
But no, I think Bam is proven again that he does have some good takes, man. Like,
What?
yeah, I like, yeah, for sure. Like, coloring is okay sometimes, but not all the time. It's
Oh,
hot.
wait, no. Did you not bring up the booty to booty part?
Yeah, you got.
No, he did.
Yeah,
And you agree with that?
just
Yeah.
a little. Just a
I'm
little.
shocked.
He's married.
I'm
Listen,
No, so
like,
this is the thing too. Like,
Gambit is married. He has to make concessions because at the end of the day, like, it's like my friend, one of my friends, he's a good friend of mine, and I go like, "Hey, do you love your wife?" And he goes, "I love my kids." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I'll do anything for my kids." And it's like, doesn't answer my question. Do you love your wife? I'll do whatever it takes to love my kid. I'm like, you know what? I get it. I get it.
This is the thing for me. I like to, the reason why I can do Twitch and stuff because I like to stay up late. So I might be watching something on my phone, and like she doesn't really like light, so it just naturally makes sense to like roll over the other way and like while I'm scrolling the timelines and doing stuff. Yeah.
Oh, you do that? You do that psycho scrolling?
Just want to know she's there. Like,
Hell yeah.
give us something.
Bro, I will
Giving
look
her
at my timeline for
something
hours.
she can feel. Just a little booty. Just so she knows you're there.
Dude, I am so.
I don't know. Again, like the biggest mystery is why Jay keeps coming back here. I don't get it. Why should be all of us?
No, hold on. I have insight
Try it out,
on
Jay.
Cook that y'all don't have. So the other day, I was just chilling and it said, "Yo, Cook going live," because I got my notifications on. Y'all should have your notifications on. And I was like, "All right, let me see what Cook is up to, man." So I go to Cook's channel. She's playing Tomb Raider, and I didn't know that she was gonna be watching like Lara Croft hentai, and I was like, "Wait, I didn't expect Cook to be this type of person," and she's just watching Lara Croft
like,
hentai.
Only
on
with you,
there.
Gambit. Only with you.
The newer
Only when
Tomb
you're
Raiders
around.
that you're talking about?
Huh?
No, I'm playing
The old
the
one.
older
All
Tomb
the
Raider,
ones.
the first one.
Oh,
Curious,
with
Bangers.
the big pyramid boobies, like
The sex and
No,
games gone too
Sorry,
far.
of the new ones, the trilogy.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah.
So the last one's
Holy snap. Breaking news. Devontae Adams just got traded to the Raiders. That is wild. Whoa. Okay. Again, yeah, y'all don't have to know that, but if you know, you know. That is
Listen,
crazy.
I just want to know what happens to Carson Wentz. I love milking this trade for as long as possible.
But bro,
I was like, "No, we're not going in the sports.
Uh-huh,
I'm not
no.
doing this."
I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Steph Curry got hurt, so I don't want to talk about sports right now either. I
But-
feel you, Prime.
Okay, so but yeah, like I think, but actually, this is a completely separate topic. But I think how we express intimacy is really interesting, right? And how we have sometimes deny intimacy. So like I'm a physical person. I like touching, with my partner.
For sure.
Like I wanna touch. I wanna hold hands, right? I wanna hug. I wanna kiss them on the cheek. Like.
holding hands. What's wrong with holding hands?
Holding
What do you
hands?
hold hands?
Some people don't like.
Yeah.
Some people aren't like down with that.
No,
It's hard to walk. Like I like
I
doing it,
want
but it's,
to.
it's
I'm gonna
unproductive.
skip and hold hands. Like, no, I'm an adult. Like,
No. I mean, what? No,
Heyman.
you don't hold hands. You don't hold hands with your partner.
No.
Listen.
Bro,
What?
there's a, I feel like there's a
Say
level
what?
of intimacy that's all over the place here. What's going on?
I'm a very like Keno. Is it Keno? Yeah, Keno friendly person too. But I'm not holding hands. That's wild, bro.
What?
Holding hands?
Holding hand, like okay, you guys are sitting on the couch.
Onlyhands.com?
You're sitting on the couch, right? And you're watching something, and she reaches over, she grabs your hands, right? Just like links it up.
And they're like,
That's not good.
So
I
I'm thinking
pulled my hand away
okay.
before. It's
I'm
bad.
talking about like walking and holding hands.
Why?
I'm
Why
saying
not?
that-
Why not walking and hold her
That's
hand?
insane.
It actually is kind of hard. Like it's super
it's
unproductive
not.
because you have to like line up your walks
There's
together.
something wrong. If
You
have
don't
different
like
strides.
what? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the infomercial commercials, right? Like a simple thing is like it's all in great black and white, right? And like people can't accomplish it until the new invention comes through, right? This is what it reminds me of. Bam, he can't figure out how to walk with someone. Like at the same, you gotta synchronize your walks, guys. Oh,
You do?
humanity's
There's a
trying
lot
to figure
to
it
it.
out, but they couldn't do it. I don't know.
I don't
right?
know.
Like,
It's
like,
pretty
no,
hard.
but like,
You guys are
I don't know. It's
you
like,
guys are actually
I'm-
on one right now.
listen, I'm gonna be honest with
What am
you.
I
Like,
listening to?
like
You can't hold
my
hands?
girlfriend is shorter
That's
than Steve
disgusting.
Davison's career. Okay, so like when you're dealing with short individuals, it's tough, man. It's hard out in these.
And then doorways don't be that big. Like you gotta like turn sideways, excuse me, and like slide.
Like, yo,
It's
their hand
like,
and
it's
open the
like
door.
holding.
And
it's
I'm a
like you can let go.
walker.
You don't you're not super glued to her.
Whoa,
No, you're not
that's
super glued to her.
gross.
And also
Fine.
like you if you hold the hand of a child, right? If you can manage to hold the hand of a child, then you can hold the hand of your
children's
woman.
hands.
Right?
I don't
Like,
hold
man,
children's hands.
You just cross the street by yourself. You better learn. Look both ways, little.
You doggone right about that.
I ain't hold a hand of my son. I
just
mean,
wanna-
like, Dad, where are you going? Hey, across the street are all abandoning you. There's
I
your
just
choice.
want to openly admit that Prime indeed is a part of the worst generation. Like, they're like, yo, holding hands, Prime.
And
This
nothing's
is
wrong with it.
basic.
I'm just saying that it's not as like
That's everything
easy. Yeah, but
Okay,
I think that the
there's
more-
moments. There's
Mhm.
moments, right? Like if you're getting like introduced to the wedding, you know, you put your or like when you have to like kind of remind the world like this belongs to you. That's another place you should probably do it.
Are you saying
banging.
holding hands is bad?
Not
No, I'm just saying
bad.
like
There
It's
is
just like-
like,
That's
Yes.
what he's saying. That's
Just
what he's
not
saying.
good.
they are saying.
Oh,
I'm not saying
no.
it's bad.
It's not meant for.
Jay, I need you to lay
Oh,
down
wait.
the law. Lay down the law on this.
Hold on,
What's
wait.
your
No,
verdict?
Let me
there's
help.
no
Let me
way
help you out,
guys
Jay.
have
Because no,
partners
you might not
saying
agree
that.
with me.
Jay, how tall are you?
Let me
I'm
give
like
you some
5'7".
rules, Jay.
I'm
You're
saying
five.
it right now.
You're 5 what?
No,
5'7"?
5'7".
He's talking.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you said
oh, that's
5'11".
some
I was
shit.
like, "There's no freaking way you're 5'11". I was
No, 7.
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
She's
That's
got
still-
that.
that's
She's
still
got
way
that
taller than
alpha
I thought
female
you were, though.
energy,
I
right?
thought you were
Back
like
up, man.
5'1".
Back up. Go ahead. Fine.
So,
Gambit.
so hold on, Cook.
Mhm.
All right. There are parameters in which I would agree with it, right? I
Parameters.
think
Parameters.
you're. I think if you're below 6 years old, it makes sense. But I think
Whoa.
below 6 years old, then it's kind of weird. Like, kind of
6
weird,
years
bro.
old to cut
And
off.
you
a
would,
golden
okay,
hand.
whoa. So
Yeah.
you would you're saying never. You would never. Only like special events don't count. You
Mhm.
guys are like, let's say you're walking.
No, special events do count. No, I'm never. No. No.
I'm
do
so
count.
confused.
Hold on,
but I'm
wait,
just
wait. I think this is important. Wait. I think this is important, right? Because, like, I'm gonna go to TwitchCon, so I might run into people in public, like, blah blah blah, right? This is a very important thing.
Covering your
If you
tracks,
see
okay?
me holding hands, I am in danger. Police. Call the fucking police. You see me holding.
Want to bother someone, you're
I
good.
am. I'm openly telling y'all something is wrong. That like, I don't know what's wrong. Call the police though, because they need to be around. That's wild. Like,
An adult is
Have you ever
required.
been loved?
Yeah,
No,
right.
yeah,
What happened to you as a
Like,
child?
what?
No, I want to give you.
Like,
I want to give you
you
my
been
hotter
hurt?
take.
Who hurt you?
Who hurt you?
Yeah,
Who hurt
I'm feeling them. I'm gonna go even a little bit further in general.
Stop,
I think
don't.
that like everyone who's like not in a relationship, including myself when I wasn't in a relationship, like I'm a super touchy feely person. I'm just that. That's just my personality. That's my love language. And then you get with somebody and you like live with somebody every day, and then it's like I'm not that touchy feely. I want space. I want area. I need room.
I think you're
Like
talking about clinginess, not touchiness. Okay?
no, even touchiness. Like
he said your
don't
girlfriend
don't
stank.
touch
That's
me.
what he just said.
No,
Don't
I'm
take
saying-
that from him.
I mean,
I
I
love
got.
my
Listen, I
She said the
have.
same thing to me. I'm leaving. I'm going out of town this weekend, not because I have anything to do, but because she wants me gone.
Hell yeah.
She's like, just
Listen,
go.
I
Just go.
have a way we can solve this
my God.
discourse. Just so you has a correct take. All right, I'm going to give you a situation. Okay, you're on a fancy outing, you're on a date. Let's say you're on a date, okay, and you order food, and you get 2 plates. One plate goes to you, one plate goes to your partner, and you see your partner hand go over to a French fry, what do you do?
hand
French
is
fries
slap.
on your plate.
Let her
Hand is slap.
let them take the
That's a slap. That's one
Hands
of the
are
things I
slap.
wanted. But get that shit
Nah,
over on the side.
That's not love.
Wait,
You
that's
want-
why
It's not love at that point. She had the same menu.
You
She
had the same fucking
options.
menu.
Let
What the
them take the French
hell?
fry and then take something off their plate. Are we?
Wait,
What?
wait. Are we talking about eating off of plates?
Yes.
Yes.
Jay definitely
What's
likes to eat off plates.
wrong?
You
Jay,
Oh,
what you have looks
Jay.
good. What you have looks
Jay,
really
One bite,
good.
one
Jay,
bite,
Jay, the
no,
love affair
one
is
bite,
over.
no,
Jay, the love
one
affair is
bite,
over.
one bite. One
Share
bite,
your
come
food.
on.
Look at Wolf Glenn.
Guys.
Wolf Glenn, this
Jay,
fucking
no.
dirty
I-
centrist. It
Jay, I
depends
wouldn't
on.
take you
It
for this
depends on the
person. What are you
relationship
doing?
rules. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Molly,
depend
are
on
you
the
there too?
relationship
Are you one of those? You're like, oh wow, that looks really good. Let
My
me try.
food, my
Yes.
food is my
No.
Take
food.
something off my
If
plate.
you want
I'll
my
take some
food,
more.
Remember to
order it.
order it next
That's
time.
the best way to get the most for your buck. You're both eating something that you didn't order.
No.
You have more of the need to experience.
No.
You can literally both share your food with each other.
Nah,
How
I got
No.
what I wanted.
I
You get
No.
what
share.
you
I
want.
share.
No.
I offer. I don't just bite.
Okay,
off.
that's
No.
fair.
I
That's
don't
fair.
want what you want.
First
I would've got
offer.
what
So
you
Cook,
wanted.
let me tell you how. Let me tell you how I address this. How I address this is, hey, order whatever you want. I'll pay for it, but you're gonna eat what you order. Like that. Like that's. If you want a fry, order a fucking batch of fries. I don't know, but don't get one of mine.
Oh, you guys are
I don't
stingy.
want a whole thing. I just want one.
Yeah,
No,
right.
yeah,
You
they
know
hit
what?
you-
What the
They
fuck?
hit you
One,
with that.
one.
Like
I
I
just
just,
want a
I just
bite.
wanted some.
Over exaggerating.
It's
Give
never
it
something like.
Crazy.
I
It's
like.
food.
Real quick,
It's
give it.
food.
Yeah, my food. My
Are
food.
you-
Well,
Yeah,
I-
your
I
well,
food.
ordered
I've
the
also-
exact amount for me to be full. If I
Yeah.
lose out this fry, I'm now hungry. You want me going home hungry? Like, oh,
Well,
this
I
is
would,
the
like,
exact amount.
I'm a kind of. I guess. Listen, I'm a little. I got some problems. Okay, therapy's trying to solve it because I get really weird about this, and I think I'm the only person that this experiences. Like sometimes my girlfriend asks me, it's like, "Oh, you want some of my pasta?" And it's like, "Oh no, it's your food." And she's like, "But I'm offering it for you." I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's your food." And then sometimes she does this thing where like she takes like a sample of her food and puts it on my plate, and my blood pressure goes to fucking Saturn.
That's you have a problem. Yeah, go to
I-
therapy. Like,
I don't know why that upsets me so
I
much.
would be annoyed if she kept doing that when like I didn't ask for it. Like I didn't ask for your food, right? If she offers it to me, I wouldn't be bothered by it. Like, oh, okay, well I don't want it, you know. Or maybe I do. But like but to like throw that on my plate when I didn't ask, like, what are you doing? I don't want that. So I didn't order that. So why are you giving it to me? Why is this here? Like take it over there.
well, like separately, you don't mix them together or anything as well.
I am a segregationist when it comes to food on my plate. Okay,
What she's trying
I
to
eat
do
in
is-
order.
You'll change.
What she's
I
trying
am
to do is
pro
she's trying
food
to
segregation.
win. No, but she's trying to win. If you
Hmm.
take a bite of it, it validates her. And
What?
want to take a bite of yours.
talking about now?
This was happening.
What
What is
happened?
this Jordan Peterson take?
Dude,
No, I'm with you.
she's
Keep
like,
going,
she's
King.
like, hey, you ate some of my food, so I thought I could get some of yours. He's like, no.
But that's
Mm.
And she
You're
won't even
doing the right
necessarily
thing,
cash
though.
it in then. She might cash that junk in next year. Like she'll point out, like, no, I'm good. Like, ooh, let me get something. Like, no, but I gave you a fry in September 12th, 2007.
I'm
And you-
outnumbered here, so you're all liars.
That only comes with
I'm on the same side as you.
Yeah, Jamali, yeah, he's also scum. Y'all already got.
Listen, I'm
They-
just not
They are.
crazy about what's on my. I'm not a rabbit dog.
Jamali, you're holding hands, giving away
Just
food.
like,
What are you doing?
my plate, I'll fucking kill you.
Oh my god. All right.
Okay, I will admit
Yelling
I have
at
an
me
unhealthy relationship with food. I'm working on it. Okay, but just so you know, if I see you and that gravy starts leaking over to your potatoes, we're gonna have fucking problems. Okay, like
You have
especially oh god, when it's like the gravy, it's like going over to the mac and cheese. I'll throw that shit out. That gravy.
Hold on, the gravy and the
I
mac.
don't give a
The gravy and the
fuck.
mac is an okay combo. I'm gonna be honest with you. The gravy and the mac
macaroni
touch
and
is okay.
cheese
I
is only
don't
consumed by itself.
I don't like the mac and sweet potato touch. Like
Sweet
people
potato
talk to that. I'm
gravy.
not a fan of that. But the
I'm
gravy
not-
and the mac is like I can do it.
No, mine's is like greens and mac and cheese. That can't touch. That
Yeah, I
can't.
don't
I'm pro
like that either.
segregation when it comes to food.
Okay, wait.
No.
Plates should have dividers.
What are you having? Rice?
I'm extremely. I'm positive. I'm the pickiest person any
Oh.
of y'all ever met in your
Oh,
life. Like
I'm-
I definitely have an eating condition.
When it comes to food, like I do actually have a healthy relationship to food myself. I am picky as well, super picky. Like, and I do have people who hurt me when it comes to that. So yeah, like it sucks.
People hurt you?
Yeah, I'm traumatized. Like not like physical trauma. Like no one.
Like they trying to like
no.
eat the food, Prime.
No.
Yeah, you'll have like you'll
that,
eat
but,
a
like,
not
like
potato.
not like physical trauma or something. But it's just it's rough.
Yeah, you'll eat potato salad, and then you're like, why is it sweet? And then you pick something out of your mouth, and it's a fucking raisin.
Yeah, I could
And then
never
you
eat
realize
salad.
like, oh, this person has
I don't even
bodies
eat
in their
potato.
You
backyard.
don't even have to discuss where that comes from.
Yeah, raisin. I don't eat potato salad ever, but when I see it with raisin in it, I think those people are disgusting. For sure.
It's like
They don't
you're
wash it. They don't eat
guaranteeing.
ass.
It's like there are easier way. Like just make the dish and say you forgot it. There are easier ways to guarantee you bring your food home at the end of the night because no one's touching that.
I'm calling out a group of people, guys. We all know who's putting raisins in the potato salad, all right?
No, black people do that too.
I've never ever seen
Who?
that in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Look, that's a meme right there, Jay. Who?
No. So I
Like,
don't
look
eat
at
it.
it.
So I always notice when it's left over. No, I know. Yeah, for sure. But there are black people that do that nonsense. Yeah.
There's also people who do this weird thing, like they think one type of cheese and mac and cheese is acceptable, and those people are out of their minds. Or they use
that's
the
What
yellow. They use the yellow like gloopy. Oh god.
Velveeta?
Cheese.
No, Velveeta.
y'all
Velveeta
hate
slaps
on Velveeta?
another avenue.
If Velveeta's fine, it just shouldn't be the only one. Like a Velveeta cheddar, like a blend, like a shredded blend, and then throw in like a melty Velveeta on top of it. Like, yeah, that's a good little
Gotta
bottle.
get the
All right,
shark.
rather than just food
Yeah.
preferences.
about that.
I wanted to ask Jay, right? Jay, would you date someone who wouldn't hold your hand?
Probably not.
That's a deal
Like
breaker.
not for a
Is
long
that deep?
time. Not for a long time.
It's really
Okay,
Well, I
that
so
feel
short
like
term
you-
fun.
I-
Okay, got it. No, it's cool.
Yeah,
Jay.
I feel like you would like for most people for certain preferences. I feel like you'd probably have the conversation where it's like, hey Joe, why do you get so mad when I ask you to eat to have some of my food? And I'm like, that's a great question that I don't want to talk about right now. And it's like, well, why don't you want to talk about it? And I'm just like, I just don't want to talk about it right now. And then they go, you never want to talk about anything. And I'm like, I want to talk about me not being. I want to talk about anything. And it gets into a spiral, and then you have to drive them home after. It's great.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is this is a real question. I was just having an argument with a person about this. Thankfully, this wasn't part of my relationship, but like this was a outside thing. But do you feel that once you're in a
Outside thing
relationship,
like an affair? What? Are you?
no, no.
Oh,
But I'm saying like, do you believe that if you're in a relationship, you are like you're allowed to keep things from your partner? I say yes. Like I say that because you don't like this, like you don't know their reason. Like if someone asks you about something and your partner says like, oh, like I don't feel like talking about that, like blah blah blah. Like to me, like you can't do that all the time. But I feel like if you trust your partner, that should be completely fine.
Give me an example of something you would keep from your partner. Maybe like trauma.
Well, I'm not saying I would, but like the exact situation, which almost kind of does reference to an affair. It
Like
wasn't
you
an affair,
broke-
but
like you broke your diet or something.
no, it wasn't me. It was.
Well, I mean, like,
Go ahead. Bam.
Yeah, go
point
ahead.
out,
Yeah, just this is an example. This didn't happen to me, but she was explaining how she had but she was explaining how like she her and her boyfriend were walking, and then like a girl ended up like saying like basically a girl like called him over to the side. She said something to him, and he came back. And she was like, "Who is that?" And he said her name. And he's like, what's y'all's background? And apparently it was something kind of bad. Not bad as in like, oh, he was sleeping around or anything, but bad as in if they had like a bad experience in the past. Like I don't know.
And he just didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk about it. He was like, it's nothing like that. I don't want to talk about it. And she was like almost broke up with him over. She was like, that was like, how dare you not tell me, like if we're going to be in a relationship, you have to, I deserve to know this. You can't not tell me things.
I got skeletons, so.
Did you eventually tell her, Bam? Or you never
yeah.
told her?
Huh?
Did you tell her at home or?
Look at him trying to get, it's not me, bro. he thought he had me. It's not me.
I think that's a good point, right? Like if maybe it doesn't have to happen right then and there, but eventually.
That's what she said. She said she says like, I'll give you. She said I'll give you then, but like within 2 days, if he hadn't told
Oh
me,
no,
like,
ultimatums, no.
I have a story.
That's sloppy.
I have a
Ooh,
story.
Prime has a
I
story.
have an actual story about this, right? So of my ex-girlfriend, I've told this on stream before. Of my ex-girlfriend, I don't drink, right? She did drink. It was relatively early in our relationship, where we were at some downtown area, right? You know, chilling, and she got a drink. You know, and I turned it down as I always do, right? And she's like, "Oh yeah, so why don't you drink?" I'm like, it's private. You know, I don't really want to talk about it, right? It's like not a big deal, you know. And she's like, but like tell me, right? And then I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. And she got highly upset about this, right? And escalated, right, to the point where I did tell her, right? And this is one of the reasons why I don't talk about it. Because when I told her, she didn't believe me. It's like I have my reasons to not drink. I tell people they don't believe me when I say it, and it pisses me the fuck off. So I just say, oh, it's personal, because it is personal. Don't worry about it. It's not important to you. Like, it doesn't matter, right? But she lost it on me, and she nearly broke up with me over that. Over me not telling her why I don't drink, even when I did tell her. Like, it's unbelievable.
Wow.
So you've got trust issues.
Yeah, I'm of the camp where it's like, when I'm ready to talk about certain things, I will. Like my biggest hard line in like relationships and stuff is like, don't argue in public. And like,
Yeah, for sure.
like anytime, like it's happened like with a few partners that I've had, but now like my girlfriend and I have like a system where it's like, if we're getting mad about something and we're like getting heated, we just have a keyword, and it's like, we just know like once that word is heard, we know like we're just gonna put this on the table and deal with it outside the confines of people. Like,
for sure.
Everyone should have a right to privacy, even in a relationship. And you really do just have to trust each other, I guess. Like, I don't have anything to hide in my phone. Like, I mean, I'm in a polyamorous relationship anyway, so like, especially if I'm talking to other people, I don't give a shit. But like, I wouldn't expect my partner to just be like, let me go through your phone. That would be a little weird. Like, I would find that to be kind of strange, you know?
Yeah.
I never had to do that. My girlfriend knows that there's titties on my phone, and we've just kind of accepted that as just a thing that exists, and we coexist. But, oh, you're talking about like text messages. Excuse me. Keep going. Carry on.
Ooh, okay. I do have this one does apply to me. I may be talking too loud about this actually, because this was a fight fast. But Evan, we hear that. We'll do it anyways. Whenever me and my girlfriend met, I had
Oh yeah, I'm not deleting anything. Yeah, I know where you're going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had a page. I had a category. I had a
list?
a list. My picks. I have my picks, and then like we shared it together. She was like, "Oh, this is like, oh, she was."
Oh, Dental Records, 1992 to 1997. Yeah, I have that folder.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we shared the folder, and then like she knew I had it. We got together, and I'm talking about this list goes back. It's kind of weird. I actually have a point that I don't go back further than, because like I was like underage at that point. Yeah. But basically I said I've had this my whole life. She knows that I've been with other girls, but this list still exists. So I got in a relationship with her, and then like 2 years go by, and then like something happens, and I think she just randomly brought. She's like, "Do you still have that list?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Cause I'll always have this." Like, what
I
you
need
talking
to
about?
remember.
Yeah.
I need to remember that it existed.
See, me, I don't even look at old stuff, but
I don't look at it. It's just there.
Yeah.
I have it. I can't think. I haven't looked at it, I'm sure, in a year, but it's definitely there. I know it is.
I'm at the camp of like, God, this is okay. I'm sorry.
You're on a lot of
watching.
camps. Go ahead.
I'm sorry in advance. It's under password, and I never. If I'm in a relationship, it does not exist unless it is relinquished information. So like, if my girlfriend, she's gonna ask me now, she says, "Hey, can I see your dental records folder?" I'd be like, "Sure," but It doesn't exist otherwise.
Oh, if it's not specifically asked for.
Yeah. So it's like I don't touch it. I don't add things into it. It does not exist. But I'm also pure. I'm chaotic. I keep nudes on my phone. So it's like I'm chaotic evil in that regard. Not because I want to. I just don't like. I don't feel like plugging in my phone, finding them, extracting them, putting them in there, trying to remember the password of the folder. Then I forgot the password of the folder. Googling how to change the password encrypted folder. It's like a whole thing. Well, you guys don't do that?
Do girls do actually? Yeah, Jay. Do girls keep these things? Do girls have records?
What,
I have no
like
idea.
a list?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Jay's a
a list.
monolith now.
Sauce's catalog?
I have my list.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know girls kept those because, like, to be completely fair, like, gender aside, dick pics are weird.
I
They just are.
all right, first of all, with Jay Matt, she said she has a list of her favorite Catholic saints that she prays to.
Yeah. That. Yeah, no, I think it depends on like what type of, like what you're into.
What the
like,
curve is.
Yeah, like I'm a visual person, so like I'll look at like a video, but like a picture
video?
is not
Oh.
gonna do it for me.
Dang, so you
Oh,
do the
all right.
video.
True. Shout outs to
that is
Instagram
advanced.
Reels, okay?
Upgrade it.
Also that.
Instagram Reels is the best thing that ever happened to Instagram, okay? I'm just gonna let
True.
that record.
I feel like Joe's and I's Instagram were like identical. We might even be sharing the same account.
I have a lot of cats on my Instagram. Unironically, I have a lot of cats. It's cats and tits. It's the only two things that exist.
I just get the boobs.
And musicians. But then the worst is when you're a teacher and you're trying to like, oh, there's this musician I want to show you. And Instagram,
you gotta
auto
scroll.
shuffle. Like oh god, I've been caught twice. Big fat L's all around. But
Actually, there's no one found you? Like, have you been able to like hide the
Me?
fact?
oh no, they know.
Oh, no. Okay. I was gonna say he's easily big.
Listen. There's a point where like I've just accepted. I've accepted it. I've embraced it. Some people want to separate the coom from themselves, and look, sometimes you gotta combine the coom with your identity, and that way you become a stronger individual. That's
Okay. I didn't know if like kids ever brought it up and like,
yeah.
hey.
It's like Majin Buu, right? Like there's a point where they were separated from each other, and then they realized like, oh, we have to combine together, and that way we're stronger. It's kind of like that.
Kid Boo for the okay.
Exactly.
Wow, we have
Some
definitely
people are
went over
just
some of
running
that.
around like super boo, like psychos, and it's like, don't do that. Don't be a super. Be a kid boo. Don't be a kid boo, but be yeah.
Well, before Prime closes out, because it just turned 12, and Prime is like, "Yo, we're about to close." Are y'all going to TwitchCon? Is anybody going?
I'll be
What
there.
is TwitchCon?
Yeah.
When is it?
What is? Well, what is it? When is it? Where is it? I
So
don't know
TwitchCon
internet
is like
stuff.
it's like for people in the Twitch sphere. Like it was pre-COVID, it was happening, and it's like a yearly event that they have for Twitch. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking about going, but I need some of y'all to be there too. And when I say
Where-
some of y'all, it's a targeted thing. That I want to be the only black person there. Like,
There'll be black people. Just
Where's it
not-
supposed to be at?
I think it's always in San Francisco, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
in
it was San
San Francisco.
Diego.
I thought it
San
was
Diego? Okay, yeah. One of
Dang,
them,
that's
yeah.
cross country. I gotta make a full.
Oh my
I
gosh,
gotta
but
go
it's
across America.
California.
California.
We would need
when
people
is it?
to
I would
raise
say
the
yeah. I would
money
say
for
yeah.
that trip, like that plane trip and the hotel and all that stuff.
I say
Um,
we have. This is
Black
really
TwitchCon?
psycho of me to say. I think we should have a
AB.
political streamer meetup, but we'd have to pick a neutral place. I mean, like, you can't invite Mr. Girl because there's a lot of elementary schools near a lot of like city centers. That's out of the question.
Shots fired.
So it had to be somewhere in like a rural
It
area.
would be Mason,
Don
Mason,
DeMarco,
Tennessee.
Mason, yeah, probably have to be Mason, Tennessee.
I'm not going to Tennessee. You guys are bugging. You'll never catch me in a southern state.
Me and Mr. Girl have
Not my
a
black.
well, okay report.
Even for the
I
food,
thought-
Jamali?
Not my. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Uh,
Put some of that southern fried chicken in front of me. Maybe you just lay them out, and I'll follow the trail. But other than that,
It would probably have to be
Atlanta.
somewhere in like the center of the country, because like you get all those people from Texas complaining, "Oh, it's so far from me." Yeah, that's what you get. You live in Texas.
Literally everybody in the world complains.
Texas is far from
Atlanta's so perfect.
Yeah.
Atlanta
Well,
is.
No.
You
It's
in
it.
Atlanta, man?
It's literally the perfect place.
he's been talking about it all the time. Yeah, you don't know. You both are in Atlanta.
Wait, you're in Atlanta?
Yeah, both of you.
Atlanta?
I'm in the area.
Okay, cool. No, we had a meetup one time. I would have told you, but okay, cool. No, good to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we love bringing people together like that. I don't know. I'm iffy on TwitchCon like that, but
TwitchCon, Prime, you gotta pull some connections. There needs to be an IRL PrimeCayes panel. That's the only logical conclusion to get like 30 motherfuckers on a stage. You tell motherfuckers to shut up.
I was like, RRL panel would be cool, but I just feel like I'm not cool enough to make it. I don't think I have the clout to make the final cut.
Well, I mean, you're not cool enough, but I mean, like affirmative action's a thing, so I'll let you on.
Straight up open panel style. You have to get like the mods on the stage side, so they let people in and out. Every once in a while, they have to come in and pull someone out. It'll be great.
But ironically, that's like a 15,000 person stream. Like that's a massive stream. We should set that up.
But we'd have to get some. We'd have to like I don't know. I mean, Destiny is a professional sitter, but he'd have to like probably pay him to sit.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Sorry, Twitch streamer. I'm a professional sitter.
All right.
So the point is, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, like if people wanted me to go pop out like the travel and the room, if you guys really want me to show up, if not, it's cool. I'm okay chilling here. But in any case, yeah. So I'll give an outro to all these amazing individuals, right? And we'll kick it from there. So and we will continue on if you're enjoying this content. We give you a lot of this content. We give you some bonus time here, right? We gave you bonus time. But yeah, if you're enjoying this content, hit that follow button right now. Make sure notifications on so you know I'm going live. Exclamation for social and chat. For our social media, we got your Twitters where we tweet things. If you don't know what's going on with the channel, you got to be keeping up with Twitter. Discord, everything happens. When I go live anywhere, right, the announcement channel, it tells you that, right? So, like, have that notification on, whether I'm on Twitch or YouTube. That's what's happening. And then there's a YouTube address. If you missed any of this, hit up the VODs on YouTube. Also, we are streaming on YouTube. We're gaming, having a good time, right? Come check us out. We'll be there tomorrow. We might be doing Cuphead with Doobie, right? We'll be doing that for our YouTube members. So like him and I will be tag teaming on Cuphead. We can do other games as well. And if not, then I'll be doing more Elden Ring, and you can see some really embarrassing moments. Some really.
Oh man, it's dope.
Yeah. So come check it out and support the channel, right? By a like, comment, subscribing. Also becoming a YouTube member, hitting that join button. Okay, I'm gonna give an outro to all these great individuals. Start with Black American Maid. Oh yeah, we have an open panel after this, so stick around. Black American Maid, bam. Thank you for being around. Thank you for coming through. I actually do really enjoy you. And if I did do an IRL panel, you would make the cut. I actually do. I like you a lot, so I would pull you in.
That feels good. Anyways, yeah, Black American Maid on YouTube, Twitter, sometimes Twitch. Follow my stuff.
It's not your Twitter. Give people your real Twitter. I looked it up when you said that earlier. That's not your Twitter. Black American Maid is not it.
It's me.
No, it's not. It's
not Black American Maid.
You gotta tell people what it is.
But if you look up Black American Maid, I pull up.
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't.
Tell people your ad.
My ad is I Bam Bam Bigelow.
What?
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Right.
It's the same thing. But yeah, like anyways, y'all check me out and keep pushing P.
I gotta hit you up. I gotta do that. Thank you, Gigi the Great, for the $10 donation to our PayPal. They say $10 towards Prime's plane ticket. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. It's almost there. So next we got Jamali, who I'm always highly happy to have, right? With his interesting opinions and ability to fight for it. Jamali, thanks for coming through. Tell a little about yourself.
I think what you said was really nice, although I didn't hear most of it. So I'm gonna imagine you said that I was the cutest, most smartest individual on the panel every single time I'm here, which I agree with. I don't disagree with you there. But hi guys, I'm Jamali Senpai. I stream Monday through Friday, mostly in the afternoonish, evening areas, and recently I've been very good about putting YouTube videos up every single day, at least for the last 3 days. Okay, I'm on a 3-day streak, but I actually did these topics earlier on stream and recorded them, put them up on YouTube. So both of those are up if you want to see more nuanced takes on what I'm saying. My YouTube is Jamali GG. Everything else, Twitter, Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. Twitch and all that stuff is Jamali Senpai. And I'm always happy to be here. And I think I might actually stick around for the open panel because I just have so much fun here in the All Black Everything panel. But I feel like it might not be as fun. No, not to be racist. But it just might not be as fun because I feel like, there's a certain chemistry that comes with a group of Black people just arguing. I don't know what it is. I haven't figured it out yet, the formula. But when I do, I'll let you know. But thank you guys for watching. And hopefully I'll see you in the open panel.
All seasoning.
Thank you, anonymous chair, whomever you may be, for the 1,000 bits. Saying that's. Oh, I guess you didn't say anything. But thank you for the 1,000 bits. Maybe that's also for the plane ticket. If we get 2 more individual donors, we can start ourselves a hype train, which would be great, right? Let's support this community, support this channel, support what we're doing. But thank you, anonymous chair, for the kindness. All right, Jay Cook, also came in, right? Also like a thunderbolt. Really appreciate her. Jay Cook, tell us about yourself.
My name is Jay Cooks with an S, not a. You all get it wrong every time. Don't know why I come here. You can follow me on Twitch or Twitter, and you guys suck. I'm just kidding. No, I love coming here. It's always great. I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye.
Okay. We have Joe Lewis MVP. Calling that for a reason. Joe Lewis, thank you for being around. I always love having you around. LJ Still, thank you for gifting a sub. One more person, we can start a hype train. But Joe Lewis, like, you always get fun. We were on the opposite side of each other tonight, so which doesn't often happen. And it's good that you took that loss, took that L like a good sport, So
Listen, sometimes I sadly have to take a position of the status quo. That doesn't mean I fully hold that belief. But sometimes I need to. How do I say this? I sometimes sacrifice optics for engagement. Okay. I have a name change. It's Doom Adamu on all platforms now, Twitter and Twitch. So just consider that if you're trying to find me on stuff. But don't follow me. Follow all these other people. They do great stuff. I think that they should be supported in whatever capacity that you feel appropriate.
Thank you. All right. And thank you, Kamikaze, for the 2 gifted subs, putting us at level 1 of level 1 hype train, 80% done, 70% left. Can we get to level 2 hype train? 4 minutes left on the clock. Help us out, support the community. If you like what we're doing, like all of this, right? You want to keep it around? Need your help. So sub to the channel, get bits or give subs. GSU Gambit, right? We had to wait. Right, you made us wait, but the best thing in life you have to wait for. So my man GSU came in, right, and we had a great conversation with him, but that generally happens. But thank you, GSU, for taking time today. You were actually really busy today, so thank you for taking time and sharing with us.
No, I always appreciate you being flexible to work my schedule. So no, I really, really do appreciate that because I definitely wanted to take part. This is ABE, man. Y'all know this. I love this. If you don't see me anywhere on Twitch, you're always gonna see me on ABE. So this was dope. Shout out to everybody. Me and Bam agreed on literally everything today. I'm like amazed. I'm super happy right now. But,
it's a sign of you getting older and more senile.
That was cool too. No, but this was dope, man. Y'all know it. Y'all know I love ABE. If you want to follow me on Twitch, I'll be streaming maybe twice a month. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm a lot more active, and I do some of the things that Jamali would consider bad sometimes. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, you definitely can. If you want Lara Croft hentai content, you should follow Jay Cooks.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. All right. And thank you, anonymous chair, for the 500 bits. We'll get to the hype train in a second. But help us out. All right. Thank you all for being here. This was a lot of fun. All Black Everything is my absolute favorite. And for good reason. We got good people. Even we don't have like a full house here, right? We have a lot of good fun with the people who do show up. So thank you. Seriously, all of you.
Every other word, Prime. I'm cutting out.
Yeah, they do not want
we have a lot of plate.
I'm hoping it's not in
This
his
is my
local
favorite
recording.
blank.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's not in your local
No,
recording.
it's-
That's why. But it's been cutting out a good bit.
I know, not
It-
for the chat. It doesn't. I don't know what's going on with Discord. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We can
I
all
was,
hear you. It just cuts out for random words.
okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, I'm saying nice things. I think you guys are great. This is my favorite for a reason. You got because of all of you. So even we don't have a full house, doesn't matter. Okay. So thank you. Even Bam is included there. All right. So anyone, we're gonna go move on to our walk off panel. Anyone here is welcome to join us, but if not, that's okay. Thanks for your time, your energy, your knowledge, and your passion for my community. I know they appreciate you so much as I do. Have a good one. Bye.